Why don't you sit down for
Because
I was actually surprised.
I got to stick around for a little anyway.
That Brownie actually played along with that thing. And didn't get really mad.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Yeah, I mean, it really was.
I was surprised too.
Let's talk about that with him real quick.
Not right now. I wanted to.
Oh, you want to do that?
Okay, we can do it. We can actually do that.
Right now? You want me to
Yeah.
sit here
But
right
you know,
now?
I don't want to sound like some bleeding heart liberal that wants the government to control everything.
Yeah, you are. You want helmets?
Mark, I never said I wanted helmets. I actually don't like.
I think people should wear helmets just walking around.
Okay, but there's some people should. Hey, listen, seriously, I'm very uninformed.
Stupid that we're talking about.
So don't plan churches.
You pull up this
Yeah,
position.
yeah. I do watch it. Yeah, I really am uninformed. But I just have feelings.
No, did you?
No. Don't you think most people are uninformed?
Yes. Hey, completely. What do you think of this? Kid is like 8 years old, goes to a Catholic program. It's not school, but it's a once-a-week program. He gets kicked
I don't want to
out.
talk about it right now.
Say that again?
He gets kicked out because his father was in
And his brother.
Can you just say what? I'm sorry.
a Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
He's in a Catholic hybrid program 1 day a week. It's a homeschool program. Okay? So they kicked out the little boy, said he's sweet, but we don't want you or your families around us because your son is engaged in making movies that is an abomination and sacrilegious against our Lord Jesus Christ. And your husband goes along with it.
When I
so
have
we
Mark
have to
nudge
assume
you,
the
would you
family
go
has
down and
poor
grab
judgment.
Gigi?
I
She's just
swear to
running
God,
late.
Ross.
Would you mind? Are you walking okay?
We actually
I got
have.
the letter. You're not going to believe
We
this
actually
letter.
have the letter from the
Mark,
school.
you're not going to. I mean, Ross, you're not going to believe it. I'll share it with you, but I don't want to do that right this minute. I mean, I don't want to cloud issues right now.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let me just lay this out. The longest running show on radio with the same host, and we recover millions of dollars for people in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. We don't get political, but we talk about issues. Budget A1 Transmission, and I got to tell you about them, and Auto Repair. I just can't believe what they're doing. I just can't believe it. They are, first of all, they give 1 hour of free diagnostics. But listen to this. If they suspect a transmission problem, or you do, and they think you have one, they will tear apart, remove and tear apart your transmission and give you a complete diagnosis free of charge. If you go ahead with the repair. Now, they want to make sure that, yeah, you probably will get it repaired unless there's something, you know, that's unforeseen. But here, let's put it this way. If they tear it apart and you have the work done, fine. You still don't pay for the tear down and the diagnosis. If you take it somewhere else, they'll put everything in a little box. You go somewhere else, they don't care about that. If you want to junk the car, they don't care about that. None of that will be charged. If you want to put it back together and just limp along like you were doing, even though that's unlikely, they will negotiate that price up front. So you're not going to be popped with a giant bill. It'll be a reduced amount. I think this is ingenious marketing because there's no downside. You get to see inside exactly what's wrong. That's Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on South Santa Fe. It's on Santa Fe just south of Dartmouth, 303-781-9858, 781-9858. It's Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. As I said, we don't get political here, but we do talk about issues. And I think one of the issues on the ballot, I thought, first of all, it doesn't sound like a big improvement to begin with, okay? Second of all, I don't see how it's going to even help anyone anyway, but I don't even understand the entire genre. The payday loans. The proposition calls for what, Ross Kaminsky? Since you're so politically adept, just tell me what that proposition lays out.
Okay, so it's Proposition 111.
Yeah.
And right now in the state of Colorado, the maximum interest rate on a payday loan is 45% annually. Proposition 111 would lower that to 36. But the real key...
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
The maximum is...
Annualized interest rate.
Is 111.
No. Proposition 111 is the number, the ballot measure number. So when you'll see it on your ballot. It's 45% right now.
And they're going to lower it?
With a 20% origination fee.
So let's get to that. So they can charge, separate from the interest rate under Colorado law right now, payday lenders can charge up to 20% as a fee of the first $300 of a loan, 7.5% any amount over $300, and monthly maintenance fees.
Let's just make this... Let's make this
$100 loan.
And 111 would get rid of all of that.
$1,000 loan.
Yep, maximum is $500.
They're allowed to... Okay.
$500 loan. Yeah.
They're allowed to charge up front a $100 origination fee, right?
No, no.
Yes.
It'd be 60 and then 7.5%
No, that's right.
on the
60 and
last
7.5% of 200, $75.
Okay, so they're allowed to charge $75 origination fee, and then they can charge, the way the law is right now, an annualized interest rate of
45%.
45%.
Is the 45% on the 500 plus 75?
If you don't pay the origination fee, hell yeah, they'd build it into the loan.
Right, but I think most people will pay that. They can also, under current law, charge a monthly maintenance fee on the loan.
How much is
In addition
that?
to all of that, not more than $30 a month.
Well, add that in, though.
And so
$30.
111 gets rid of all of the fees and lowers the rate to 36%.
But in dollars and cents for people, if we're talking about a 45% interest rate, now that's annualized. The reason they do that is because the idea is these are short-term loans and you pay a few months at a time.
The maximum you can loan it for is 6 months with one, what do they call it, a rollover. One rollover right now.
Okay.
So it's a 6-month loan.
Here's what I don't understand, first of all. The bottom line is, here's the bottom line. On payday loans, they're going to decrease, they want to decrease the maximum interest charge, thinking they're going to help people by doing this. But Ross, before we go into this, the question I have for you is, what about other lenders? I mean, why do they say payday? Can't we just say all interest is lowered, or can some lenders charge more or less? For example, a mortgage lender, if they wanted to, can they charge 45%?
You know the answers better than I do on that stuff. But a payday loan, obviously, a specific kind of loan with no real collateral and high-risk borrowers.
But I'm wondering if banks now will be bound by some ceiling because of it. But okay.
Well, there are definitely already laws like that in Colorado. Yeah,
they're usury laws.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, to begin with, the lending industry and how they eked out this one segment. But okay, here's
what it says. Colorado, the legal rate of interest is 8%. The general usury limit is 45%. The maximum rates to consumers is 12% annual.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay, but Ross,
I don't either.
Bottom line is this. I said, you know what? These loans are terrible. Most people get into this and never get out, and they start living to just pay off what they have, and they never get out. And so what's wrong with lowering the rate? That's how I started the conversation.
Yeah.
You said it's going to hurt consumers. Now, I don't think it'll help them that much, but how does it hurt them?
Data in other states that have done this shows that most payday lenders just leave when the rates go that low and there's no fees because...
That low? 36%?
So, you know, Mark said they're 6-month loans. Most aren't. Most payday loans are a few weeks. Maybe they'll roll them over for another few weeks. So it's a mistake to think about them as year-long loans making 36%.
I understand.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of work.
But they're also
in that
very
2 or 3
high-risk
weeks.
people, right? These are unsecured personal loans by people who obviously have no other place to go for credit, or they wouldn't go to a place where the interest is this high. And my fear is that, you know, low-income folks who need this kind of credit, when they got to pay the rent and they don't have anywhere else to go, they're not going to have any place to go now. And so that's why I'm against it. I also think it's voluntary. Someone walks into a store, they decide to make the loan or not, and I just feel like it's a little bit patronizing to say we need to help them make better decisions.
So payday loans in general, as I said, I think are bad for consumers, but what you're saying is that's none of my business, because if they want to do something stupid, that's up to them.
And also, even if you can call it stupid or not, but they might not have another choice. The people who use payday loans might not be able to go to the bank that you or I might go to.
And you're saying it's better than nothing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
but you have to buy the argument they're going to move out of state if it goes down to that.
I guess it's a bigger picture, Ross.
Yeah.
Should we have consumer protection laws to protect people from stupidity? I'm serious.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
As a libertarian, my answer is probably no, as long as the lender or whoever isn't lying to the customer. But fraud can't be allowed.
I understand that. But in a perfect world, libertarians would have it that way. But we have to acknowledge that free enterprise would truly not be free, because people make terrible decisions. I know that sounds weird. Like a lot of people say, for example, Microsoft, they didn't have a monopoly. Google doesn't have a monopoly. No one has a monopoly if someone else can come and compete. But if Windows was controlling code and all of that in the beginning, they said, oh, another operating system will come along. Free enterprise will take over. But there are times free enterprise is not always the answer. Do you think or not?
Or
free market.
I think that usually, you know what, it's like what Winston Churchill said about democracy. It's the worst form of government except for all the others. Right? And that's kind of how I feel about it. Does that make sense?
No, it makes complete sense.
Can you imagine if every gas station in Colorado got together and said, we're going to charge $8 for gas?
Yeah, but that's illegal. That's collusion.
Well, I understand that, but from what
that's
you're
not
saying,
a free market.
What's not?
Why isn't that a free market? Why wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I mean, price fixing, I think, is a legitimate thing for the government to be involved in stopping. It's conspiring to prevent competition. I'm all about competition and letting free people make their own choices as long as they're not being lied to.
Okay, it can get to a point though. You know that even though it's free enterprise, or excuse me, free market, somebody can come in and say, and get a loan. And for example, I've seen where a guy wanted a bathroom for his house. He was an elderly gentleman who worked his ass off for years. Now, the only reason I mentioned he was a minority, a black guy, is because he mentioned it and made a big deal about it, and he thinks this guy was specifically predatory against him in that neighborhood because he did it over and over. That's why I'm mentioning it. It was unique, he said, to that neighborhood. This guy needed $4,500 for his bathroom remodel. He had $80,000 in equity. This is a true story. $4,500. All that guy thought about was getting cash back. What he ended up with was $4,500 cash back, and the guy took 20 grand. So 14 or 15 of it were fees. So now he owed that much more.
Wow.
He owed about $20,000 more and got $4,500. Okay, that was true free market. The guy truly made a decision, and there was no fraud whatsoever. Those kinds of things, I know it's unfair to take one isolated case like that and say, see, Ross, you know, free market doesn't work. I don't like those kinds of arguments.
But I know that I also live in a...
have to have something.
I know that I also live in a little bit of a libertarian fantasy world sometimes.
Right.
And I know that the free market doesn't always treat everybody well. And living in the real world, I know that I need to accept that we are going to have some kind of laws and regulations to protect consumers. And I get it, and I might not want that in my dream world, or at least as much as we have. But then I do think there are plenty like this one that go so far that they're actually going to end up hurting the people they purport to help. And that was really my point with this one.
I understand.
It's very similar to when I went out to that trailer park. Think about that. That place was so bad, people were living in campers, man. They were taking buckets to go get water in the morning. It was the most deplorable thing I've ever seen.
But guess what happened?
Yeah.
They all were displaced because we exposed them.
If I was either, I came up, I either shut them down.
At least we had a place to live.
Or they're
homeless.
homeless.
Nothing. So we run up against this. I want to know, do people give a damn if this proposition passes and lowers the interest rate to 36%?
And he said he gets rid of all the fees. Really, that's the big part.
But the point Ross made is, it's not that they're making 45% annually. If you handle a loan for 2 or 3 weeks, you're actually doing as much work or more. No, you're doing more work than you would if it was a year mortgage or a 50-year mortgage. Here's the deal. When you have a loan that has short cycles, you process paperwork, you work, you have to accept payments, you have to then process a payoff. So a 2 or 3 week loan has way more touching than a longer term loan.
But you know, most of these people that have payday loans, they don't get one payday loan. They get numerous payday loans, and they're paying those fees each time.
But the libertarian would say, what about the guy that does need $200 to make rent, and he pays it off, and he's done?
Generally never happens. These guys get into a cycle.
Why should we interfere? Because we can come up with ridiculous examples.
And some guys do get in a cycle, like you said, Mark, but still, why should you be the guy to say they can't? Right? Especially, there are story after story after story of people
sometimes
who
you want
get
to try
kicked
to
out of their apartments.
I want to give you an example where we don't allow free market in election term limits. You know, the true sense of democracy and free market, let's talk about the free market.
Yeah, we set terms, you're right.
We could have Why? And I know why. Why, Ross? Because people would say, well, the guy gets power, and then he stays there, and people are apathetic, and they won't vote, so it will be there forever.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But
Well,
there's
plus
so
the
much power in
Constitution, that's not what the forefathers were thinking.
That is a prime example of having laws to protect apathetic, stupid people.
Yeah, I mean, and Mark, to answer your question, the founders might have said you don't need term limits, but they never would have thought that government would do all the stuff that it does now, which is the thing that gives incumbents. Anyway.
Okay, so Ross's position, this is going to hurt consumers. I would like your intake on this. Plus, we'll also take the other calls.
And for the record, I think it'll pass.
You will.
I do think it'll pass.
Because people hate payday loan.
Yeah, and because it reads as a good thing for poor people.
I know.
And I think it won't be good for them, but I think it'll pass.
I know. All right, let's talk. 303-713-TALK. I told you about Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. I also want to tell you about Pro Auto. Pro Auto has something that I love. I see each one has their hook. You know, the free estimate and the teardown of the transmission for budget. Well, Pro Auto Care, you know what their hook is? You are 100% guaranteed in between repairs for 36,000 miles, and it comes with roadside assistance for anything, not just the repair. So if you have a repair done like a fuel pump, and you break down for any other reason, you will get roadside assistance for the next 36,000 miles. In essence, if you use Pro Auto Care as your car nanny, then they will become your service place where you get free roadside assistance basically in between all services, because you're there, but you know, you're going to be there for oil changes and stuff. You'll always be in that protection. Plus, they give you text and email reminders of what needs to be done based on your VIN number and estimated mileage. They truly do become your car nanny. And that's 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations, one in Denver, one near Highlands Ranch, 303proauto.com.
Mark? I'm supposed to go get Gigi when she gets here, so.
Oh, so Mark, I'm still working on these things. I'm doing it. I love it.
Yeah, after the show, I want to get back and knock out the ones for the other side, the Pro. So we'll do just like we did yesterday. It'll go a lot quicker because a lot of the screens I noticed are very similar.
Right shoulder as well. Crash being cleared on that long ramp from the university onto southbound I-25. The left lane of that ramp remains blocked. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be partly sunny later on today with a high near 62. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low of 42. Right now, overcast skies, and we're sitting at 50. With your traffic and weather, I'm Keith Wagner. 6:30, K-How.
Hurry into Lowe's today for savings on everything you need to get started on fall projects, like overseeding and feeding your lawn. Plus, find savings to perk up your curb appeal with new mulch and fall plants. Whatever's on your to-do list, start now and save on what you need. Fall projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Why do people sue when they have personal injury? It's the only system we have for making people whole. If somebody is out there drunk or negligent or operating a big rig and they hurt you, what are you going to do? That is the system we have set up. Monetary compensation for someone else's negligence.
I'm trying.
Understands that. He works with those who have been injured or hurt in automobile accidents. He can help you assess who to go after and go after who he needs to go after.
It's like I don't have internet.
You're having so much trouble lately.
It's insane, isn't it? Man, that's funny you said that. You've made the comment that you've always had, like, issues with electronics your whole life. I fucking can't seem to get on email lately.
Wins. That's the important thing. This is how you reach him. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. His website is full of information that is so useful. Personalinjuryco.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law. 303-597-4500.
Hey, does it seem like your life really isn't your own? Tired of sacrificing your most valuable asset, the limited time you have on this earth, for a paycheck? This is Dave Logan. You know, my friends at Online Trading Academy have been teaching powerful Wall Street techniques to mainstream investors for over 20 years. Sign up now for a free half-day class. Classes are limited. Online Trading Academy, the only financial educator I personally endorse. Reserve your free class by calling 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol,
Where is
drugs,
Gigi? She's usually never late.
She's not late.
She's an attorney. Attorneys aren't late.
Abuse,
please know you're not alone.
I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to
I-25 was a mess. I was on it.
Special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559.
You know, a place where I think consumers get screwed worse is allowing them to be so upside down in vehicles. That causes more bankruptcies than payday loans.
What does?
Allowing them to be so upside down in auto loans. Camaraderie.
If you think about, though, what
That would cause more bankruptcy than...
he's absolutely right in this fashion. I mean, I can't argue this because of that trailer park deal, man.
Yeah.
I can't argue this. If you cannot, if it would truly chase those guys out. Here's the problem, though. They have leases on these buildings. They have businesses set up. They have signage. They have everything around. To think every payday loan's going to pack up and leave, I just don't buy it.
No. No,
Although it's possible over a period of time.
Well, you know, prior to payday loans, pawn shops did this. They did payday
Pawn
loans.
shops are the biggest ones that are just thieves, man.
But they stood there and
Yeah, I know. Gigi's here.
go to Miss Jeannie.
Boy, that money tree, but that was fees and everything when you brought up that $500, or
What happened?
that when you find out in that lending tree, the example that you had.
Yeah, that was from Lending Tree's own website. You know what's interesting, Lending Tree? Let's actually do the math. Here's the damn thing we didn't do. So right now, if you go to Lending Tree, and you do no, it's not Lending Tree. You just screwed me. You screwed me, Dano. It's not
That's what
Lending
you said
Tree.
before.
No, it's not. It's Payday Loans. It's close to that. Money Tree.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
And let's talk. Since we were talking about cars, let's bring up something. Don't ever get in that car if you've smoked marijuana or drink, even if it's one joint, one drink. Why? You can't calculate if you're drunk or not. Now, of course, probably one drink won't do it. One joint could do it nowadays. The potency and dosages, they're not scientific. Here's the deal. Joe Lazzara doesn't encourage this behavior, but here's the bottom line when it comes to Joe Lazzara. What he does truly is protects you. He will make sure that you were charged and it wasn't phony. He'll make sure your rights were not violated. He might even want you to plead guilty, but he will help you through the system. The main deal is you have to decide what to do after you're charged, but you're always going to need help. Whether you fight it or go along with it, you need help with an attorney. 303-429-6200. Remember Joe Lazzara. It's flat rate pricing, so you know the prices of everything. We got to keep going here, okay? Now, Drew hung up. He said there was a phone scam. I was hoping to hear about it. So now let's hear about another scam. Matt says there might be a scam. Rebecca, don't go away. I'm going to take you. Matt, what is this potential scam?
Oh, I got a truck listed on Craigslist, and I kind of take it for what it is. You get all the junk in there, but it's worked for me before. And
well, what is it? What's the scam, man? What's the scam?
He was texting to me, and everything seemed legit, and he asked for a Colorado report, and I asked him what that was, and he sent me a link, and it looks like another Carfax type thing, and I have a Carfax. So
all right, so why does he want, how can that be a scam if he's asking you for a Colorado report?
Is that a legitimate thing? It was coloradoreports.com.
But what difference does it make if that's what he wants? Is it something you have to buy for him, like you have to pay for this report?
Yeah, you got to pay for it just like a Craigslist, and I just got kind of like
wait a minute.
feeling from it, like it's a spoof website.
But let me get it straight. I have to make sure I understand. This guy called you because he saw your car listed.
Yes.
Or your truck. And he said, I want to buy it, or did he say, I'd like you to list it with me?
No, he said, I want to buy it, but could you get a Colorado report for me?
Okay. You know what?
I said, here's the Carfax.
This might be a great, this sounds like a good scam. Think about this, Mark. The guy, you call someone who's selling a truck, and you say to them, you know, I'm really interested in your truck. If you can get me a Colorado report, I'd gladly buy it if it's clean. So listen to this. You go to this Colorado Reports or whatever, and you pay for this, which is, of course, this guy's site, and it's phony. You pay the money, and then he made the money. Then you don't hear from him again. I mean, could you imagine that?
That's more of a business model. That's borderline scam.
No, it's a scam.
I guess if he has no intention whatsoever of buying it.
And the Colorado Reports. What is Colorado Reports anyway? I mean, it's ColoradoReports.com.
Yeah, and I couldn't find any other info about it. But what I was more worried about was kind of a phishing for credit card information.
Yes, or anything. Look at enter VIN, enter email, enter phone, check now, and so it says, here it is.
What's the website?
ColoradoReports.com. You know what? They are searching for something. Here's the deal, Matt. If it doesn't cost you anything, or if you don't have to put in, you know, why not just do it? Now, I'm getting a chat here,
well,
so go ahead.
They've got a thing where it comes up and they try and reduce the cost from $25 to $15, but you got to pay for it no matter what. So I figured they wanted credit card information probably.
I'm going help@troubleshooter.com as my email.
Yeah, one time you used mine. Thanks for that.
No, I want to go and chat with them. Hello, how can you? Okay, how much is a report? I don't understand. I'm going to put that in and see what it says. How much is a report? So listen, man, this could be a scam. We're going to look into it. If I were you, I say this. Whenever there's phishing, as long as they don't get anything critical, what difference does it make? You know, if you want to play along, you can. If they don't want money and they don't want information, what harm could it do?
Yeah, they want money, though.
How much do they want? How much do they want?
It says like $25, or you can buy different packages.
Okay, that's what it is.
Website for a little while, a little thing pops up offering it for 15 or something. So.
It says the price of the vehicle. He's chatting with me of the vehicle history report. So regular price is 25, discounted would be 15. And that noise you hear is the message coming through. And Drew, I apologize for that because I do want the sound on. But here's the deal. I'm wondering if this guy runs it and just wants to collect reports. I don't know, man. I mean, why this report, I'm going to say, and not Carfax? And
yeah, he
not...
didn't talk to me anymore after I didn't send him the report. Last thing I said was, hey, you got the Carfax, and he even set it up for 6 o'clock last night to come.
Did he send you an actual link to go there?
Yeah, it was just a hyperlink and a text message. Just at ColoradoReports.com.
I wonder if it was tagged towards him.
I'm typing him. Why limit myself to just Colorado? I see. This is weird. I mean, this is weird. I have never heard of this before. It says National Independent Automobile Dealers Association. What if this truly is affiliated with them?
It sounds funky, man.
Registered in our program, 2,000 dealers. Let's call a used car dealer and see if they've heard of it. It said, I said, why limit myself to Colorado? Why not Carfax? Our report is 50% cheaper, and we provide up-to-date information from the Department of Motor Vehicles and all other government insurance auction so-and-so databases. I don't know. Maybe the guy does want a Colorado report. I mean, I just don't know.
I keep hearing some. Is that
those are the messages coming through. He says, you can run many VIN reports, and they're delivered immediately. I wonder if I should do one. The problem is, do I have to give a credit card and all that crap?
Of course you do.
We should have a credit card we use just for this that we can cancel at any time. Honest to goodness, we should. In fact...
a burner card.
No, really. Wouldn't that be a good idea? You know what? Thank you for telling us about this, Matt. If you'd like to play along... I mean,
it is ingenious if you think about it.
If that is a scam. If anyone else has heard of Colorado Reports, let's ask our guy, our, Mark Z. The guy's a wholesaler. And every once in a while, he texts me. He listens to the show. I think now he's even selling used cars. He might know about it, okay? Is Drew there? Drew, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay,
I am here.
If you can tell us about that phone scam pretty quickly, since we're on the scam ideas.
Yes. 2 days ago, I received a phone call from somebody saying they are a general locator service.
Yeah.
And they gave me a phone number to call and a file number to reference.
Did they find money for you?
No.
What
they say I owe money from a debt back in the 2000s.
Now, let me explain a few things. This is called ghosting. I'll come back and explain it to you, Drew. You got it? Yeah, got to hang. But I'm going to take Rebecca first when we come back, and then you, Drew. But Rebecca, Rocky Mountain Mobile Truck Repair, is that a place that comes to you like for your repairs of big rigs, or is it a regular truck?
I believe they do any kind of diesel. They do advertise themselves as the big rig repair. They get you back on the road ASAP.
Okay, so what kind of a problem are you having?
On a week ago Saturday, I live in a fifth wheel, and a week ago Saturday, I was supposed to move from Brighton to the south side of town.
Yes.
Had it all lined up, and my truck wouldn't start.
Ooh.
My mechanic, who I use in Port Lupton, who is awesome, was out of town until Monday evening. I needed to move Saturday, so I Googled the mobile
okay, let's skip to the problem part. What did they do?
They came out and they secured my credit card for $600.
Okay.
They came out, they messed around for approximately 10 hours from the first time they got here.
Hold on. Just hold on, Rebecca. My God, 10 hours. Let's figure out what they did, if anything. 303-713-8255. Tonight at 6 o'clock, they just had a couple cancellations. If you want to go to a seminar on stem cell therapy and just cut through the mustard, just find out what it's all about. It's tonight in Broomfield, 6:30. Call for details. Just reserve a seat because there's only a couple left. 303-963-9201. It's put on by Centeno Schultz, one of the few true living stem cell therapy clinics. Dr. Chris Centeno was the first in the country to do them. 303-963-9201.
Regular car pack.
This is really a great settlement letter.
It is, isn't it? It is.
When some people buy a car, salvage title.
Oh, no.
After they're
51%.
How did you come up with it?
So for this calculator, actually there's 14 payments.
So first one is 300.
This place said they're up to date.
They set up fees.
That could be it.
Actually, no, it's $60.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. Okay.
Well, no, because we're going right off their website. Don't put that in. Okay. They must have built that into these numbers already.
Because it's actually 14 payments. 14 times this equals this.
Why is it 4? Oh.
Because, so it must be, maybe that's a setup fee. So anyway, it comes out to be the total payments, just like you have there, 546. Effective annual rate, 151.
So right now, Tom, maybe Ross is right. Maybe they will leave. Listen to this.
Oh, you know what?
Right now, the effective rate per year on a payday loan.
I calculated over a year, so really this is over, because I had to do it to switch in the 6 months, so it actually be 300. If you double that. Yeah, because I had to do it number of months, 14, just because of payments.
Not to trust your math.
No, look at how you got to do that. So you don't go by every 2 weeks, they only just number of months.
So it's really less than that.
No. So number of months is really the number of payments, right?
Go payday loan calculator. Find a payday loan calculator. There must be one.
You go through it with me and let me know.
I will as soon as we get it. Yeah, are you talking the payday loan? He could be right if we're on the right thing here.
How often do the payday loans due? Every week?
You pay them bi-weekly. Well, that's not true. That's just how this one company does it. Okay. They probably figure most people most people you deal with bi-weekly, monthly, how do they get paid? Weekly?
Yeah, weekly a lot of the time.
Weekly.
Yeah.
You know,
they take it right out of your bank account.
This was every 2
I have a
weeks.
question about that. You know, they're claiming that this usury in this payday loan thing, but isn't letting people be upside down in cars more damaging to credit?
Well, if you go 36,
then the payday loan
39 times 13, it should equal 509.44.
Bankruptcy. I think there's more bankruptcies from being upside down cars than there are.
Well, yeah, because payday loans are capped at $500 in the state.
That's right. And 6 months. She deals with them, I'm sure. So, what do they have any collateral whatsoever?
No, they have access to your bank account.
Well,
right?
That's collateral.
That is collateral. They're not going to give you a payday loan if you don't give them your.
So 14 payments comes out to
but
be
your
509.
account could be negative.
I think we're missing something here.
Klaus would be good.
What was the name of it?
Unless we have another place. Do we have
Not
another
Money
place?
Tree,
It was
We do have another
It was
place.
Lenny Tree was the other one, Money Tree.
Money Tree.
Money Tree,
They're
Lone
limited,
Stop.
they're limited to $500, but how much
Yeah.
do they end up owing?
Okay.
Well, they pay.
6-month loan term. A
Probably
$300
double
loan
that.
would cost $509.44, which includes a
Almost
finance
double.
charge of $209.44. So they're doing finance charge at $209.44, and is based on
$500 loan.
no, it's a $300.
No, that's on a $300 loan.
Wait a minute. How do you hear
I think,
this?
I think,
Yeah.
A $300
That's the
loan
whole-
would cost
That's why they're.
$509.44. So we know
okay,
that.
no, I got it, it's way more.
And then you get
than
into
You
a
borrow
vicious cycle.
$300.
Just
Yeah,
simple
that's
interest.
the big problem.
Yeah.
You borrow
They never
$300.
really ever
No,
You're gonna end up
no,
getting
and then once you tap out everyone around here, then they start getting them online. Because there's like tribes, Native American tribes. that
And right
do it
here, here's
online.
what we missed.
Well, they
It
don't
says
mind to
13
put that
payments
No,
of
they go
$36.39
online to get more.
and one final payment of
They're trying
$36.37.
to keep all the
It
balls
is
in
14
the air.
payments with an
Yeah,
annual
it sucks.
percentage rate of 208%.
Yes, yeah, that's
So
standard.
I agree 100% with Ross now.
What
I
was
can't
Ross's
believe I'm saying
position?
he's going to vote no
Well,
on
no,
111.
Mark, you are usually tend to be toward libertarian, less control. So why are you surprised?
Because no. Here's what I agree with what Ross was saying. I didn't agree with the businesses would pack up and leave the state. I now think they will pack up. Right now,
We're getting 200.
the biggest one around is Money Tree. They got locations everywhere. On a $300 loan, they end up getting 208%. We're going to take that down to 36%. Why would you stay in business? You would leave.
They end up getting what, Mark?
Right now, they get 208%. It's going to go down to 36% if that passes. He's right, they will leave.
Why do they get 208?
Because of all the fees that they won't be able to charge.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. I'm going to do something right now, and I'm going to take it upon myself. Listen carefully. Fix It 24/7. George Donaldson is the owner. I've known George way, way back from when he started in the business with his in-laws, and they started a wonderful company. And he has been doing this around the country and then came back to Denver to be home and bought Fix It 24/7, has grown that to a beautiful company where people are having great response. He said, you can throw out any special you want. Just check with me. I didn't have a chance to check with him. And I promise you, I'm pulling this out of my, you know what. I'm going to say for the next 5 callers, it's looking a little dreary out there. If you need a furnace, of course, just call, because that $39 to find any problem, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, if you call today, one of the first 5 callers, you will get $1,000 off a furnace. Now listen, I'm telling you, you have to say to them, Tom Martino said, please check with him and George, that he's doing this for 5 callers. So mark me down for $1,000 off. Okay? And I'm going to text George and let him know. So here's the number. And they're a great company, great service. And for the $39, just to find a problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, that in itself is a great deal. Because if you have work done, they don't charge you the $39. And if you don't want to have the work done, that's all you pay. So it's a flat rate. Now here it is. For that furnace, $1,000 off if you need a furnace. Fix It 24/7. You cannot do it on web, fixmyhome.com. You can find out about them. But to call that number and be one of the first 5, it's 720-526-3939. Suzanne, if you could text them and just tell them I did that for the first 5 callers.
You know, I did some basic math on what we were talking about with Ross. Right now, a $300 loan that you have for, with Money, not Money Tree. Money, what is it? Money Tree. Money Tree.
It's Money Tree.
$300 loan, okay?
Yeah, I don't think people care about this, but go ahead.
It's going to be 208%.
No, I mean, I don't think people give a damn about payday lenders. So you're saying
right now they make 208% on a $300 loan.
And this law would take away all those fees.
And now what they would make is $30.
It would cap their interest.
They would make $330.
Now, I don't think
they will leave town. Ross is right. They will leave.
I understand.
You can get them online from Native American tribes.
I don't
they
think
don't.
there
You don't
is
need
one
a local
person.
place.
Okay, we already spent 15 seconds too long. There's not one person, not one, who gives a damn one way or the other. If anybody cares, let me know. I don't think anyone cares if payday lenders stay or go. Those people so desperate to use payday loans, they can use pawn shops or find other ways. I don't think there's one. I want someone to tell me, yes, I really care. I don't want them to go away. Just one person. Right. Okay, we got to keep going here because I got a lot of people. Drew has this phone, this thing that's incredible. It says he's owed money from years ago, and it's called ghosting. But Rebecca has been waiting. So if you could do me a favor, Drew, and just hang on. Rebecca, Rocky Mountain Truck Repair, okay, how did they spend like 10 hours?
Well, from what my neighbor said, I was at work. What my neighbor said is they were YouTubing videos to try and
on how to do
the
stuff.
Repairs.
Oh my God!
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then they had to leave and go pick up a part that they said was the reason it wouldn't start.
Here's the bottom line. Your truck didn't start. You hired them. Where does it stand today?
Well, it didn't start when they left, and they wanted me to tow it in, have it towed in on Monday morning to their facility, but my mechanic was back in town on Monday.
So what
happened? I had it towed to him.
And what did he say they did?
He wrote me a letter and said the diagnosis was a no-run condition. Verified fuel pressure was the problem. Customer stated that to me.
Yeah.
New fuel pump had been installed, a $400 one I might add. Found that the fuel pump kit on the truck, found a broken wire to said kit. Someone had recently put electrical tape on the broken wire.
All right, Rebecca, so I want to ask you something. What they did for you, even though they're half-assed, they put on a $400 fuel pump for you and they didn't do it right. Is that it in a nutshell?
No, sir. They put a $400 fuel pump on, and when mine was tested that they took out, mine was still in perfect working order.
I understand. But what I just said, the one they put in correctly or not?
They didn't hook the wire up to it and taped it up.
Then please don't say no. I said they put in a fuel pump and they did it incorrectly, and you said no, that's not it. But they did put it.
No, they didn't. It was a different fuel pump. There's two on a diesel truck.
Rebecca,
there's a high pressure and a low pressure.
I asked you, for the money you paid, what did they do? They installed a fuel pump incorrectly.
That wasn't needed.
I said they okay. You know, Rebecca, Jesus, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to pray to the Lord to give me strength because I'm trying to get through the problem. You said they installed a fuel pump incorrectly, and the one they took off was fine. Can we get past that part? Is that true so far? They installed a fuel pump incorrectly that was not needed because the one they took off was fine. Is that right?
The one that they took off was fine. I don't know if the fuel pump that they installed was correct or not because it was a different fuel pump that had the wire disconnected.
Okay, so what did your mechanic say needed to be done?
He had to fix the broken wire to the high-pressure fuel pump,
gotcha.
which they replaced a low-pressure fuel pump.
Okay, I got you.
It wasn't a problem.
I got you. You got two fuel pumps. Did you get any what I'm trying to find out, Rebecca, because we want to go after these people, did you get value for what they did? Was it totally useless what they did?
It was totally useless.
How do you know the other one, the other low pressure, was okay? Did you put it back in?
My Rocking S Diesel Performance, my mechanic that I have dealt with, stated on the receipt, old fuel pump was tested and found to be working properly.
All right, so basically what they did for you, you didn't need any of it.
Correct.
Okay, so what are they going to do about it?
He says he's going to take me to small claims court, put a lien against my truck, and come repossess it.
Wait a minute. Because why? Because you're not paying for something you didn't need?
That is correct.
Okay. Did you remove what you did not need so you can give it back to him?
I did not.
Okay. Well, you kind of
have to pay a lot of money to do that.
Okay. Do you have the old one then?
I do have the old one.
Okay. So I don't know if she has to remove it. Hold on, Rebecca, because I think you have a problem.
She's going to have betterment no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, she is. But how many miles on this truck, Rebecca?
Pardon me?
How many miles on the truck?
It's 275,000 miles, but that's nothing for this particular truck.
Okay, that's fine. How long has that fuel pump been in from the beginning?
The original fuel pump, the one they took out?
Yeah, the one he replaced. How old was the old one?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right, just hold on. Mark called something betterment. Rebecca, I know you're not going to want to hear it, but there's somewhere in between. I don't think you owe them zero. The point is they did something you absolutely didn't need. Let's call Rocky Mountain Mobile Truck Repair. Let's call them. Deputy Clint will get on this. Hold on, Rebecca. Somewhere along the line she was done wrong, but she got a fuel pump, but the other one's still working. So I don't know what to do with this. We have to figure it out. 303-713-8255, iconicare.com. Just remember that. For LASIK, the cheapest, least expensive LASIK anywhere, but great results. When I say cheap, don't take that as a negative. When I say cheap, I mean cheap. They were the first ones in Colorado to make it affordable to get LASIK, and it is affordable. Now, depending on your situations, it's like $500 an eye or something, and it's amazing what they can do. And if you do lens exchange, you know, if you have cataracts, you can get brand new lenses that focus. You'll never need glasses. Or you can even get a lens exchange if you don't have LASIK. If you just want to do away with glasses, not do LASIK, and have permanent, wonderful lenses that'll last you a lifetime. 866-GOT, ICON, iconicare.com. That's ICON.
I know I'm being impatient. I know.
Where do you say they get drivers?
Online, yeah, there's a bunch of tribes that do it.
Yeah, so if you don't do them in
Native Americans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's the only ones I've ever
So they
seen.
can buy all the laws and stuff, right?
Yes.
If they're on the
It's still
reservation.
terrible. I mean, no one should ever get a payday loan. It's your last
has one on the
resort.
log,
It's taking
one with
advantage
you,
of it.
and one with me. Is that what we're saying?
No, let me see.
What do you mean, let me see?
I want to see what you're staring at.
I'm staring at Frank Duran here.
There's
Frank Duran.
tons of
Yes,
them.
but one.
And that's okay, but you're saying
And I
That's
know
his
that
lie.
they're all
that interview is his live.
That's
native.
Then you're yes, that's it. There's not three.
So here's another one.
And that is only on Wednesdays.
I got you.
If you this goes if you pay bi-weekly, 207, semi-monthly, 204, whatever the hell that is. And monthly is 188.
It's insane.
So it's...
He's right, though. They will leave. There's no reason they would say you can't make any money. The risk is crazy.
So what?
Anyone care?
Right, who cares if they leave? They're
know,
scum.
I
where somebody
thought he was crazy.
No, I understand that, Mark.
I thought he was crazy saying they leave over 9%, but it's not. It's over 175.
Right, but that's disgusting. No one should be allowed to charge that.
But that particular issue between you and Ross,
Right.
I understand. You thought they'd leave. I mean, he thought they'd leave. You didn't think they would. Now you do think they would.
Right.
That particular issue is of no interest to
Right.
anyone.
Yeah, I got
Whether
you.
or not you were right or wrong on that. But I understand exactly what you're saying. That it does way more than just lower the interest rate.
Yeah.
It takes everything.
Right, takes apart their business model.
Well, you
It's
couldn't.
over.
Yeah, it's gone. Because also, how many of those go
If you
bad?
can't rip people off, you got
When
nothing
you
to
have these things on the ballot, though, people don't. This is the thing. Ballots, it's like people don't understand.
They don't go to the book and read it.
Oh, yeah, that's the downside.
I wonder if the book actually gives an example like that.
But Gigi, they could get kicked out of their apartment. Say they need that
They're
money
gonna
for-
anyway. The payday loans never
It's-
solve
all
anything.
they're doing is putting
You
it off.
never pull out. Your parachute's not opening, and you're never gonna pull out.
I'm going to ask you about that.
It's over.
The argument is they can't use.
How many times you
Yeah,
see someone where
please ask me
it's
about it.
included in the bankruptcy?
Yeah, of course.
All the time.
All the time?
No, I see it all a lot for Chapter 7.
You see it.
Yes, if you
They owe the payday loan people money.
Because when you're getting to the bottom, where you're about to wave the white flag, that's often your last resort.
Is the payday loan.
Yes.
Think of how all I brought that up for is the high risk. You would never have risk like that for 35%. They're already risky as hell because they need a payday loan.
Oh, yeah.
If you couldn't get 200-300%,
I wonder what the default rate is.
Oh, I bet it's huge.
I'm gonna look. Someone must have.
I bet it's huge.
But there will be some people
Payday
saying,
loans in
Yeah. Very few, very few. It's hard to pull out. It becomes you end up losing a good chunk of your income to them for, you know, a sustained period of time, unless maybe if you get to your tax refund and you can pay them off then. It's a vicious cycle though, just like any other.
So look at what are pawn shop rates, and we're not going to get rid of pawn shops, and they're even scummier than the payday loans.
But the worst that's going to happen is you're going to lose the property.
No, okay, right, you lose a property,
Yeah.
but if you
But they're not like going to ding your checking
they don't
account.
give you a hardly crap for the property.
No,
Say
but you
get
know that
$1,000
going
rent,
in.
You might get
You know
100.
that going in.
But you know that with a payday loan too. You know what it's going to pay.
People don't really understand. They're desperate. They're desperate if they go to a pawn shop. They're desperate if they go to a payday loan.
And here's another thing on pawn shops. So if you bought, say you had $1,000 rent.
Yeah. What?
They give you $100 for it. They lose a ring.
It's intermittent. It's 275,000 miles.
Yeah, nothing.
The fuel pumps on those
You got the $100 when you gave them the ring.
I know, but
and then you never get it back.
So it's beyond its life expectancy.
Yeah.
And that's
the truck itself will last
get
longer than that.
not a lot.
Yeah,
No, but I mean,
electronic
yes,
work.
it's bottom of the barrel lending. It's predatory. There's no other way to position it. They are making money
But the only way to help these
off of
people
people's pain.
is for them to work. They give you the money and you pay your bills. Because people are too stupid to do it themselves, right?
Yeah, yes, but yeah, probably.
A lot of people are asking about a follow-up to that Catholic school program. I'm going to do it in the next hour. I always assume people are exaggerating a little when they call me. This woman who called to complain about this Catholic school program, she did not exaggerate. If anything, she undersold both what her son and husband did and how the Catholic program reacted. Somewhere it sounds like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but all kinds of rights were violated and laws broken. In my observation, not legally, not a legal opinion, I mean, but man, this is the weirdest thing. A kid kicked out of a program, we'll talk about it, because of what his father and brother did. Has nothing to do with this little boy. Jacob has an opinion on mobile home, on payday loans. By the way, Clint, are you working on Rocky Mountain Mobile Repair? All right, well.
We already have it.
Okay, did you call him? Just yes or no, did you call him?
Yes, I called
him. Okay, good. Jacob, what's going on? What's happening?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to know if what Mark was saying is true, that if it passes, that it's going to go down to like $30.
Well, he's giving an example of a loan, and on that example, what was it a loan for?
A $300 loan right now
would earn them how much?
$209.
In addition to the $300?
Yeah, so their cost, no. Their cost of that loan, the consumer, would be $509.
Well,
it's an interest
so they would
rate.
Make $209 in addition to the $300.
They would make $209
profit.
It was
on a $300 loan.
Yes.
For how long, Mark?
6 months.
Okay. And what would they make with the new law?
30.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
But that's not on every single payday loan. That's a $300 payday loan. You can get $500 payday loans.
Yeah.
It's just an interest rate cap.
It's just
period.
an example. So let's talk to Jacob. Jacob, what is your opinion?
Yeah. Well, my opinion is I don't think they should pass it because I'm one that gets a payday loan like every 2 weeks because I kind of have a problem with spending money that I shouldn't be spending.
Well, you probably are just trying to keep up with the last payday loan, and you got in this cycle that Gigi says everyone gets into.
Yeah, once you start,
exactly.
it's very hard to stop because what's going to stop it? Maybe your tax refund, something that lets you pay it off and stop.
So, Jacob, you can't get out of it, really, because you have to pay so much on the previous one, it forces you to get a new one. Isn't that right?
Right, yeah. What I do is every payday I go and pay it off and I get another one. But when I pay it off right away, the interest is only like $7. So if I borrow $500, I'm only paying $507.
You're telling me that in 1 week, or excuse me, after 2 weeks, you're only paying $7? I say, wrong.
There's probably an origination fee. That might be all the interest you're paying, but there's probably an origination fee.
Hey, would you let us see any of the paperwork you have? We would keep it private. I would just like to see it.
Yeah, definitely. I could send it over.
All right, man, because Gigi has a lot to say about that. We haven't forgotten about Rebecca. Deputy Clint called Rocky Mountain Mobile Truck Repair. Is it true that they gave her a pump she absolutely did not need? We'll talk about that and more coming up. 303-713-TALK. All of your calls online. Stay online. But you will never believe this follow-up I have on that Catholic school program. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home...
Now, this guy might get better rates because he's a good customer and he comes back all the time, and they know he gets it. So,
Right?
I'm sorry, did you say something, Gigi?
Oh, I just said, what did the dad and brother do?
They made a movie.
Oh.
The brother's a movie.
American Antichrist was new.
But I don't want to talk too much off.
Got it.
But
Yep. Got it. No, that sums it up. No,
Good
no,
show?
no,
Good show?
no.
I'm gonna
That
print
doesn't
this.
sound
Mark,
up
it's
my
not a
alley.
good letter.
Which one?
It's not good.
Our man.
Oh, it's an excellent letter. Excellent.
He's a good attorney.
I like it.
God, he's always telling us, hold on, because we talk so
He must
fast.
hate us.
We go so fast. I mean, Mark and me are.
Oh, yeah.
It's
You're
the poor
American
guy.
I know the poor guy's just like,
Hold on.
Where did you send me that from?
Health.
You sent it from hell. No, I didn't get it, dude.
Really? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't hit the button.
Okay. I wanted to print it for Gigi. You're not going to believe this.
Cool.
It is so crazy. We actually were thinking yesterday, no, they couldn't have done this.
Two of them were addressed to former President Obama.
You just read it, though.
Okay.
You going to send it, or you just going to stare at it?
No, I sent it.
Oh, you
Wait.
What we saw here today was
That's a registration wrong.
clearly is an act of terror.
New York Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Kill it. She sent like 4 different.
Blah, 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 blah. Excuses, right? I mean, Clint, you ever heard anything like this?
Schedule, teacher's bio.
I don't know what you're talking about, so
This is. I'll send you this.
I missed it all.
Just the amount of excuses Dan has. It's always one of
Oh, well.
It's always something. Just excuses. I think he's been hanging out at that Castle Rock house when he's when he was 12.
He just hasn't been,
Ooh.
he just hasn't been married, so he hasn't learned how to just say, yes, dear. No excuse, yes, dear.
Yes,
Yeah,
dear.
honey.
Those 2 words.
Our
Right,
gold.
they're
They're
golden.
gold,
That's
Jerry.
right.
You don't
That's
even
right.
hear him. Yes, dear.
They're gold, Jerry.
Thanks, Colonel. Now, police have not yet
The most
confirmed.
important words.
Now, do you ever say them where it's good, though? I mean, really, yes, dear. Yes, dear.
I do.
Do you ever go, yes, dear? No, no one does that. Think about it.
Not quite that far.
You know, for a company that.
Do you not have them?
They do a terrible job, Mark.
Tweeting what Vice President Mike
Who?
Pence recently posted, calling
They
the
do a
packages
terrible
despicable
Why?
and cowardly.
Because they
All of
just
this just
everything you can
days
imagine
after a
wrong.
device was found
Oh, you mean marketing?
detonated
Well, yeah.
outside
No, I don't got
Oh,
the
no
letter.
wonder.
Can you send me the Catholic letter, please? You know what I'm talking about?
That one also remains under
She
investigation.
sent
I was
3
talking
of
to
them.
Suzanne.
It's at the.
This is Fox News.
God, health insurance made smart and simple.
I know. I don't even argue anymore. It's like,
Thinking about life
We have an obligation.
What if you could make
one free phone call to learn your best price from nearly a dozen
You didn't want to hear their other ones, so.
competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens.
It really doesn't matter. Just make their phone ring, they'll be happy as hell. I mean, honest to God, that's all it comes down to.
He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year,
Crotchety?
$500,000
Maybe.
policy for under $25
Oh,
a month.
Well,
I'm
yes.
actually
like, I mean, all the
and believe me,
meeting.
if Selector isn't shopping for
Right.
your life
Doesn't
insurance,
mean
you're
physically,
probably
like-
paying.
I don't. I mean, in all honesty, not really. I don't.
1667. I'm losing patience with a lot of this shit.
509-1667.
See, I don't think.
509-1667.
I don't think your patience is any less. I just don't think you've realized what it is. How's that sound?
You save. Get
What details on the-
I don't think your patience has changed over, say, a 3-year period. Do you?
I don't know. I find myself like.
Exogen
I have to
temporal scanner
remember.
thermometer.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you're
Well,
just
Mark,
feeling
can
the.
you see, though? Can you see how people write every detail from beginning to end and never get?
This report is
They
It's
must.
fun, though.
They must. No, I know. Some are better than others, but they must. If you ask them because they must. Well, I called like it was 6 o'clock in the evening,
And if you
and
call
then and then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
you know what movie that came from? And then.
Wait,
That
was,
no, it's a movie though. It was a.
Dude, where's my car?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And then.
It was. Isn't that where they went to like the hamburger place?
I watched that. Yes,
Yep,
Mark.
yep.
In the drive-through.
The
I
drive-thru
watched that
lady.
with my son.
Yeah.
And he laughed.
He loved that.
Dude,
He
where's
loved
my
that.
car?
I mean,
I was going to call it
That's
how stupid that
No,
is.
it's so funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, where's
I
my
mean,
car?
You know what? But you know what I don't find funny after these years?
Yeah.
I did kind of, but I still find that funny. But Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke.
Right.
Do you?
No.
I never.
I know.
It was. I just never.
Yeah,
I
like,
laugh.
right, snorting Drano, that's kind of gross.
Online trading academy.
But what,
And
what's
like, and it was just so dumb. Yeah.
Cheech and Chong's.
This is basically from
They were funny, actually. Okay,
a Catholic organization
okay.
to the mother.
Oh, boy.
Which one is it?
Wow. I'm excited. I'm gonna, yeah.
CEO.com or 303-597-4500. You have a rotator cuff tear, hoping to avoid surgery? You need to visit Karen Rea at Downtown Healthcare. Karen's treated over 1,000 medical providers to deliver stem cell therapy. What is that? And if you're trusted, you can too.
Oh, about here.
392-9992 or go to downtownshealthcare.com.
Thank you.
Remember to click or call 811 before you begin any outdoor project that requires
Did you show Stephanie this?
Oh yeah, the letter. Oh gosh.
What is her overview? What is her assessment?
That they're giving a bad name to.
Locators will mark your property
Catholics.
underground
You think so? That's what she thinks.
You know what yeah, because the poor little boy, what?
And why am I the only one that goes, if they don't want this person in the organization, well, then don't. I mean, unless they have to for some
That's
reason.
right. You didn't ask that. You asked what she thought.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible that they do this to this little boy. I didn't say anything about it illegal.
No.
I just think it's terrible. This little kid had friends there. I know how my kids love going to school. They were told you can't come here anymore. Your family doesn't measure up. And it has nothing to do with him. It would break my heart.
Now, before, I don't want to talk about it too much, but we looked up the Big Brother.
And we're going to do that.
Whoa! Oh!
Look up Dakota Ray.
Go to YouTube and look up Dakota Ray.
Dakota
words.
Just R-A-Y.
Thank you for reminding me.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Denver Egress Windows. As a consumer advocate, I love bringing to you new products, services, information, taking your calls, your complaints, helping you, solving problems, recovering money. We have recovered so much money over the years in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. We're almost like a big, giant class action law firm. We help people. That's what, sum it up. We help people. So, we're going to talk about this one issue in a few minutes that will blow your mind. No matter which side you fall on, it will blow your mind, and I would love for you to give me your opinion. But first, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with Rebecca and her fuel pump, and Drew and a phone scam, and Mike and a complaint on an app, I think. Okay, but hold on. Let's talk about DenverEgressWindow.com. It's that simple. Go to that website. It'll tell you everything. They basically do egress windows. Those are what a lot of people call them window wells, where you get out of a room from there, from a basement. You have to have those to use living square footage that's counted towards assessment and gives value to your home. Plus, you need them if you want to protect your foundation to do it properly. The ones that builders put in, those corrugated crap that rot out, they can rebuild them. Very, very good value. Rebuild them with beautiful composite material. Put in new windows if you need it. They can put one where there was never one before, punch right through the foundation, put in a beautiful egress window, or they can even make your home a walkout basement, even on a flat lot, where they can terrace down to a beautiful patio area. I think I'm sounding like Trump. I'm saying beautiful too much. It's beautiful. Anyway, 720-626-4221. Call DenverEgressWindow.com. They're terrific. 720-626-4221. Hey, listen, this Catholic school issue, I really will get to right now, but I need just to finish up because these guys have been waiting. Mike, what app are you complaining about?
It's an app I heard on your program by other callers. It's called RoboKiller.
Oh, yeah, people said it really worked to get rid of scam calls, no?
Yes, it's highly recommended on Good Morning America, Wall Street Journal. You can see a list of publications, but what I found interesting is I looked into it, and in order to, first off, on an Apple phone, it gives you an impression that it's free because it doesn't show you a price. So you click to get, and then you download it. It asks you for your phone number. It sends you a PIN to verify your phone number, and then it gives you a price. And it gave my wife a price of approximately $2.50. It gave me a price closer to $6 per month. Now, I didn't sign up neither of our phones, but what's interesting is now I get these, at least 5 times a day, these automated solicitations that are
wait a minute. Do you think that they're generating their own problems so you can figure, you can say, hey, I need them as a solution? Do you know there was a Mac program, on malware and stuff, and when, it's amazing, when I was inquiring on the website about it, then I started getting those. It's almost like they get your cookie, they find out who you are, and once they get you by the cookies, then they start sending you all this malware stuff, and then you think, oh man, I better go and get that program.
So my question is that fraud? Because like I said, I put my phone number into their system.
Well, if they're doing it, you got to prove that. You got to prove they're doing it. How the hell would you ever prove it?
Well, I would think that this is a greater scam than just me. I mean, I think there's millions of people being affected by this scam.
Well,
I mean,
it all starts like this, Mike. So what you do, get on social media and simply ask a question. Has anyone browsed or looked at this app, did not buy it, did not use it, and all of a sudden were inundated with these calls? Let's just ask the question. And then you do that for me and take his number. Suzanne, if we hear from people right now, this is going out literally to millions eventually, because we have people here, we have people in our affiliate, KRDO, Colorado Springs, we have people on YouTube, people on Facebook, we have people that download us on iTunes, we have people all over that will download us, okay? So we will keep track. Help at troubleshooter.com if anyone just browsed or looked at this program, RoboKiller, and then all of a sudden, this app, all of a sudden you're inundated. Okay, that is something we want to figure out. Deputy Clint, what did they say about, what did this mobile repair say?
I couldn't get hold of Rocky Mountain Truck, but I called 2 other diesel shops.
Okay.
Depending on which pump it is, these things only last, the low-pressure pump, about 6 years or 100,000 miles. The high-pressure pump, about 10 years or 200,000 miles. It was due anyway.
Well, it was due, but if it wasn't broke, she shouldn't be obligated to fix it.
If the pump wasn't running, which it was not because of the wire,
it's logical to assume
they would have had to pull the tank and pull the pump to find it anyway.
So it would be cheaper to do it, they're saying. How much, Rebecca, were they charging for that low-pressure pump that you did not need? What did he charge you? What does he want to charge you for that?
Just for the pump itself, $400, but that's not the pump that didn't have the wire attached to it.
No.
There are 2 pumps on a diesel.
All right.
The wire was not attached to the high
We get
pressure
that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I understand.
And they replaced the low pressure.
I understand that. I understand.
Okay.
So bottom line, though, here's the complaint. No matter how we look at it, they removed the pump that was working and put one in, and they want to charge you $400. Is it plus installation or more?
Oh, it's a lot more than that.
How much?
They're trying to charge me. They're trying to charge me a total of $1,588.
What's that for? Is it for just the pump and installation, or is there more stuff?
You got to drop that tank and stuff.
Well, but is it all for the low pressure pump?
That didn't start the truck.
Rebecca?
The whole point was the truck wasn't started.
Rebecca, I understand. We understand. That you don't even have to say it again. We understand you didn't need it. We understand it. Was the $1,588 all for the low pressure pump?
And their time here.
Yeah, right. But it was all, there was no other repair. No other repair was done. Okay. So this guy says, if you don't pay me $1,588, I am going to...
You have the truck back, though, right?
Well, I didn't ever take the truck in. It's mobile.
It's mobile.
They came to me.
So right now, your truck is running.
Why didn't he take payment at the time, though? I'm just confused.
Yeah, that
here.
is.
He took a $600 payment on my credit card and then he tried to ding my credit card all weekend long for the remaining $900 and something. I had already talked to the credit card company and told them do not approve anything else until I find out what's wrong with my truck.
Well, here's the good news.
And
if
so
he's going to
did.
come after you and sue you, you have your chance in court.
Yeah, that is the good news because, Rebecca, but he doesn't have to go to court to get a lien. He can put a lien on your vehicle right away.
Right.
But that lien will do nothing unless he tries to come after your car, which he can try. I mean, he really can. But he better have solid evidence. But here's what I would do if I were you. First of all, is that $600 gone, or did you get that back, too, on your credit card?
No, I have had to send them, my credit card company, I have had to send them the documentation that I got from my mechanic so that they will dispute the $600.
Good. Here's what I think. I think we should have Deputy Klink get a hold of him, but this is what I think. If you don't want to do it, you're within your rights to do whatever you want. I think because you have 275,000 miles on the truck, and because they took the labor and got it down, I would go ahead and try to settle for a certain amount of betterment that you got out of that new pump, because it is something now you don't have to worry about, even though the old one was working, and I understand you didn't need it, but maybe he would settle. I'm not sure. But it might be a way to go. If not, I don't care. I think either way you go, I mean, the guy did something you didn't need. I mean, he did something you didn't need, Mark.
And understand what's going to happen if he does lien it. He still has to bring you to court and win to perfect that lien.
Right. To get the truck, you mean, right? Yes. But, Mark, I believe with a mechanic's lien, you are in the business. You put a lien on without any kind of proof. You can just put a lien on it. Can you repossess it without proof? I think you can repossess it, and then you have to go defend it. I think they can.
Well, even if you could repossess it, I mean, I send out tow trucks all the time off bad checks, so you can repossess anything. There's no doubt about that. But as far as selling it and moving the title, I think she has to go to court and win first.
Gigi, so a mechanic's lien?
I'm not certain about it with a vehicle.
I mean, it's a secured lien in a way, but there's no paperwork.
Right.
So it's a weird one. But as Mark said, they give them the benefit of the doubt to put the lien on there and to take the truck, but they can't transfer title. They can't do anything without perfecting it.
And I want to be clear, you might not supposed to go take it. I'm just saying when I used to get bad checks, I'd send JJ out and I'd grab their vehicle.
She could jump ahead and file her own small claims action against him.
For what?
Lost time dealing with his threats.
Or a countersuit.
Well, didn't she pay something? I thought, yeah, for that.
Yeah, but, okay.
And then at least it would bring it to a head and you wouldn't have this uncertainty about the mechanics.
Rebecca, before we do anything and you do anything, you don't have to make a decision. We're going to contact him for you and see what he says when we say, look, we got the old pump and it's working, period. It's working. I mean, what do you have to say about it, okay? So we'll take that and we'll let you know what happens, all right?
Okay, and I'll let you know, too, about the lane. I can't get tags. I can't get my driver's license renewed.
Well, your driver's license has nothing to do with the vehicle lien.
They will. In Colorado, they will. They will attach it to that, and you have to settle. You have to settle anything with the DMV.
Are you sure?
The auto. That's what I was told.
No. That's parking tickets and stuff. Rebecca, a private lien should not affect your driver's license. If someone can dispute that, let me know. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think so. Ideal Home Loans, for your next Ideal Home Loan. If interest rates go down, you get refinanced free of charge. So you're not at risk. No matter what, you freeze them now, right? And they're likely to go up a little more. But if they go way down, you can get refinanced because they guarantee it for 2 years. And it only has to drop 0.75% before you get a free refinance. So if you're buying or refinancing, you get 2 years of a guarantee. And that's idealhomeloans.com or 303-867-7000. And, of course, if you're buying, who better to find than Frank Duran, the real estate man, to help you when you're negotiating on the buying side. But he can also, of course, negotiate to get you the highest price when you're selling. Frank, let's talk about negotiations.
Hey, Tom, you know, it's not just negotiating on the front end, which we do very strongly for our clients. There's also a second round of negotiations when you get to that inspection. And when we get in the trenches like that, we're going to have your back. We're going to show you how to protect yourself and really get yourself in a position where you have an opportunity to be successful.
You know, what astounds me about you, Frank, is how humble you are as a person when you meet you and you think, I don't think this guy can really get, I don't know, you don't think it's weird how you negotiate without being all, I don't know, puffed up, and you get the prices. It's amazing to me. And have you found people, big blowhards like that you just, what do you say to yourself? Don't worry about it, we'll win.
Well, it's sort of like a bullfighter, Tom. You use the bull's momentum against them, right?
Okay.
You're not going to take them on full force, and I think that's where you have the best chance to be successful when you negotiate.
And aren't you certified? Aren't there classes just for negotiations?
Yeah, I actually recently, over a year ago, received Master Certified Negotiation Expert designation, but I have to tell you, I work at this every day. It's not that I took a class and got a certificate.
I know.
I train in negotiations every day.
But I want to ask you a secret question, just between you and me and whoever is going to listen to this show. Could be hundreds of thousands, but it's just you and me. Do you use these techniques on your wife? Come on.
She's usually 5 steps ahead of me.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so you're learning something. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. The best of the best of the best of the best. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com.
Yeah. So next time we see Frank, we call him Eduardo Carocchio. You know where that's from?
No. Oh, wait. Carocchio? Hold on.
Eduardo Carocchio.
What's the name? It's a movie.
No. Elaine said she was going out with a bullfighter. And Elaine asked me what the name was.
I don't remember that.
Eduardo Carocchio.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why don't I know that?
Because you're not the Seinfeld expert,
No, obviously not.
I've never heard that one.
Mostly cloudy and 51 with your traffic and weather.
And because I got here late, Tom, I don't think you ever officially introduced me.
Oh, okay. Thank you for
No worries. Loyal listeners will know who Jesus
Oscar
is.
Blues is due out for everybody tomorrow.
It just rolls off the tongue.
What about Oscar Blues?
Tomorrow they're buying lunch.
Nice.
Oh, in the words of Oscar Blues, they're going all out
Oh.
for their final lunch tomorrow for everyone at noon. Who is? Who is? In the words of I guess it's Oscar. Who is Oscar Blues?
I don't know. I know it's a local brew pub. Is it a real person?
On-air talent who are in the building to come down and enjoy on the 3rd floor promo pit table. Mark, go down and get me lunch.
Promo pit.
Please send a note out to your on-air staff.
That doesn't even sound good.
Free lunch tomorrow at noon. Compliments of Oscar Blues. Who's Oscar Blues?
Oh, they're a beer company.
They're a big beer. They're a craft brewery.
But they're big.
We'll get beers too.
Well, they're big for Colorado because they've got now downtown Longmont.
Mark it down. 3rd floor.
Lions.
Promo.
Well, I think I've seen their stuff in other states, in liquor stores.
Because they can it. It's Longmont, Colorado, North Carolina, Austin, Texas. I don't know what. Brevard, North Carolina, and Austin, Texas.
Brevard.
Bravadio.
That's
Inglatio.
interesting. That seems like an odd place.
You never seen that one, no?
Branch out.
Where she said she
Maybe
went
I love this place. I love this design. I don't know if I love the houses themselves, but their designs.
Where?
Celebrity homes. God, their architects do a splendid, or they're designers or something. They do a great job designing homes. I'm serious, man.
That's nice.
They're beautiful.
I like that.
They you know what? Like I said, I don't know about when I get in there looking at the finish and trim, but the house itself,
right?
God, it's pretty.
Tom Feeney, this is Patrick.
But this
Here we
is
go. I can't believe
I don't
I
understand
found
this.
this
A
out.
2-bedroom house.
Okay, that's
Who buys those anymore?
I know. I guess
$1 million.
empty nesters.
$5,300.
Title or salvage title is
You know, I noticed there's a development in Superior, patio homes, and it says on their sign 1 million to 1.6. And this is like,
This home, just look at
this is ridiculous though.
They have these big doors that can open.
Oh, yeah,
No,
look at
that's just the back. Hold on.
Look at that.
Now watch the design. I just love the design.
this, that,
Look
yeah,
at the
look
doors
at that.
open.
That's
Open. And then
Isn't it weird we can't put anybody in
This is an outdoor courtyard.
and you really can
Yeah,
use
I
that
used to
here
look
a lot.
It was that whole.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
You had it in your
Yours was
So
cut
these
and
are
dry.
like little
That's it.
patio homes.
No, this is not a,
No.
this is a
Hers is a little
standalone
different.
home.
Right, but I think
I love it.
that's gorgeous.
No, you're
I
right.
love that.
Absolutely, you're right. I never had a deal like
This
that.
is 2 bedrooms,
So
so it's empty.
There was a
nesters.
couple
Don't
times
think
I
you
had
got
Vietnam,
no
I
kids.
think of one in
Maybe
particular.
they come visit.
We had it there about
You've got a
5
guest
months. They wouldn't
bedroom.
come pick it up.
I'll bet you.
And a bank showed up.
This is small.
Leather.
And really
You know, they're
checked
doing
for
the
the
wide
Really?
Yeah,
And then
yeah, I bet they're tight.
and
But
repoed
they're
the
So
I'll bet
tell
you
me
this whole
what-
area is way more. Yeah,
They have to show
you know, sometimes
to allow you to do
I don't
that.
I didn't give a shit. I
Right,
just took the
right,
check for what was
right.
on it.
I know,
Right,
but
just
what the guy said,
perfect,
what do you mean, you give my
perfect.
car away?
Everything you look
He
at
wouldn't
gets
come pick it up for 4 or 5 months.
My
I know,
condo
but
right now.
He abandoned it in perfection.
So,
Yeah.
what is it?
But I couldn't sell it.
Right.
It's perfection.
How much?
When
how
you're
long is the
there,
vehicle
you're
there?
just like,
3,800.
I mean,
Which
that's gotta
3
be
bedrooms?
In the party.
see, and that's perfect, because it's not too
Well, one
much.
guy, that was,
That's perfect, because you want a place for people to come visit and be comfortable and not on top of you.
2 bedrooms are laid out as suites,
Well,
and then one is attached.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Speaking about great people, I love artofgranite.net. You can get your quote on the phone. It's going to be within $100, maybe $200. Mark and Suzanne did this a couple times. They tell them the square footage, take a photograph, and Mark, you know, you say, what do I want? Granite, do I want this? Do I want that? And then he shoots you a price, right? What was the
That's
price?
exactly right.
What was the price? $200 within 200 or even?
Oh, within 200, but you know, it wasn't a $200 job.
No, but you can get a price on the phone. He is so proud, and he doesn't charge for the granite above wholesale. He doesn't charge for Tarrant and Holloway, or he doesn't charge for the bath because he throws it in with the kitchen at the same time. So that's artofgranite.net. Call for your price on the phone, 303-386-5919. But even if you he's a direct stone importer. Even if you don't remember that number, 386-5919, just go to artofgranite.net, or of course referralist.com. Brady has a comment on the fuel pump call. What do you think, Brady?
Hey, Tom. So
Yes, sir.
I actually work for Rocky Mountain Mobile Truck as one of the roadside mechanics.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about.
But he was watching a YouTube to figure out what to do.
What's that?
We were told he was watching a YouTube to figure out how to change.
Maybe for a location or something. So what's the deal, though, man?
Yeah.
Interesting. No, that's what I'm actually trying to get a little bit of information, because I wasn't the one that performed the repair.
You know what?
So.
We'll get you to Deputy Clint. Okay, if you want to hold on. Suzanne, can we have Deputy Clint talk to him? Brady sounds like he cares, and he wants to get some info. Drew, what is this phone scam now? Go ahead, Drew.
I was called by a person saying they were from a general locator service.
Yes,
They
we
gave me
said
a phone number to call.
And what was it
Yeah.
for? What did they locate? A bill that you owe, they said?
Apparently, an old credit card bill from the
600.
very early 2000s.
Now, this is called ghosting. Here's what they do. First and foremost, Gigi, they can't go to court and get a judgment after how long?
6 years.
From
the last payment.
Or when it's due.
Right.
All right? So, what they try to do is trick you. And Gigi Wink, from the law firm of Wink & Wink, they're bankruptcy attorneys to get you a fresh start with a 7 or a 13, which can stop foreclosure. And, of course, they also do debt counseling and settlements. Here's the deal she's going to tell you. They trick them to, they say, hey, just pay $30 and we'll call it good, or $100, and then what do they do?
And now you've revived the statute of limitations.
Yes.
Now they can go after you on the whole debt.
They refer to it as novation, a new thing, a new agreement. Did they try to settle something with you?
They said I can enter into a payment plan
Yes.
for $4,900 for 18 months.
Yep.
Or I can make a one-time payment of $2,500.
Or sometimes they even say 30 or 40 or 50 just to get you to pay to revive it.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, Drew. Do not do it.
It'll never come to anything.
Taken no action.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's going to go away, and if they can't sue you, you know, because if it's more than 6 years old. Actually they can sue them, but
you have a defense,
and that is
the statute of limitations. So if you ever get sued doing nothing, all the defenses in the world mean nothing if you don't bring them forward in the lawsuit.
You can't ignore it if you get served. You got to go. You got to go. So pay attention to that.
But they're not going to serve
It's
you.
called ghosting. Sometimes they do it.
Yeah, very rare. But yeah, be aware.
Sometimes they do it within the 6 years.
Well, that's for sure.
And they do it with things that have been paid. What they do, they actually buy paid debts. Why would they buy a debt that's paid in full?
They buy them in bulk.
And then they might, and this is what one company was doing, I found, this was many years ago. They targeted people with Hispanic last names. This is racist and hateful. They assumed, I think, that they don't keep good records, or they must be loosey-goosey. And
or they're more easily intimidated by lies.
And they say to the people, you know what, you didn't pay this. Now people say, really? I thought nope, but I'll tell you what. Let's settle the whole thing now for $50 or $100. They make it small enough where you don't want to fight it. Now, let me tell you about this. This mom has 2 kids and a husband. Colton is the little boy, and he went to a hybrid program. He's homeschooled, and one day a week he goes to a campus where they have classes and socializing. It's a homeschool program. This is a non-profit, private, intimate group. It's not some big giant school. You have to hear this. So Colton is here, and all of a sudden, she gets a letter. And it says, we basically don't want Colton here anymore. He's not welcomed, even though he's a sweet little boy. And the reason he's not wanted is because of what the father and the son are involved in. So we're going to read the letter to you, all right? Here it is. And I find this crazy. Here it is. Here's the letter that was sent, an actual letter sent to this mom. I want to know, what would you do with a letter like this? What would you do? Your boy is going to this, right? And you got to hear it. Dear Valerie, this is Colton's mom. We are profoundly shocked and dismayed and saddened to have to write this to you. It has come to our attention that your husband and your older son are active creators and participants in films that are objectively blasphemous to our Lord and our faith. Among other extremely shocking, disturbing elements of particular concern is the participation and support of your husband in these endeavors. CCE is a private, independent, nonprofit organization dedicated to providing educational and social opportunities to Catholic homeschooling families who are committed to practicing their Catholic faith as best they can in a way that honors God and the tenets of this faith, who strive the practice of virtue, who strive towards the practice of virtue, and who can be cohesive part of CCE family. We also take very seriously our obligation to provide a safe and wholesome environment for our students as they interact with other students and their parents and families. While we recognize that parents cannot control the actions of their adult children, the participation of your husband is of the greatest concern to us. Unfortunately, due to these revelations, we recognize that there is a lack of compatibility between these ideals of CCE and the choices and actions of your family. Thus, we are unable to continue the relationship between CCE and your family and must regretfully dismiss Colton from our program. Now remember, Colton has not done anything wrong. This is me now, I'm not reading. He's not done anything. He's a little boy, 8 years old, who loves his friends there, but he's out. I'm going to continue reading. We are deeply pained and hurt by this, as we recognize that Colton is a sweet boy and is an innocent victim of this behavior. This has nothing to do with Colton, although we do feel concern for him. Rather, this is the result of behavior on the part of his parents that indicates a severe lack of good judgment and is an affront to our Lord Jesus Christ. This is simply unacceptable to us, and we are horrified to imagine that Colton has been exposed to these activities or conversations surrounding these activities. We would hope that you would take the time to prayerfully consider how painful and damaging your family's choices are to those of the household of faith, and much more so to Colton and to God. You will receive a complete refund via mailed check of all the money you have paid CCE, including tuition, materials, fees, insurance fee, and your donation to St. Joseph Church. Please know that Colton, along with you, your husband, and Dakota, will remain in our prayers sincerely. Now, I don't want to give all names and stuff right now. I just want to talk about this. I want to make this clear, okay? Just very clear. I am not addressing the legality of this, okay? I don't know, nor do I care where it falls at this point. That's for others. What I would like to know is, how do you feel as a parent? Now, I'll grant you this. When I looked at the videos that the brother, Dakota, posted on YouTube, they're very disturbing. In fact, if I had a kid, I would say, don't hang out with Dakota. He's weird. I would. Now, Colton, I don't know. I don't know Colton. I can see why, thinking about these movies and the husband taking part in one of the movies, and the wife says, he did it on a whim, he just wanted to support his son, and this is all an act, and the son is a good kid, and this is just his expression of art. In my opinion, it's a little deeper, in my opinion, a little deeper than just art or just a shtick, in my opinion. But even if it is, I wonder how you would feel if this happened to your son going to this program. Remember, I'm not addressing, do they have a right to do this? They're private, they can do what they want. I'm asking how you feel about it.
The letter is trenchant. There's no doubt about that.
The letter is what?
Trenchant. That means it's very precise and scathing. Okay. They're going after him big time. But you left out one important part.
Good thesaurus there. Go ahead.
You left out one part.
Yes.
Ready? The kid was also in one of these movies.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, the mother said he was also in one.
But the letter...
So we don't know if he was acting them out. I understand the letter.
Yeah. The letter didn't mention Colton being there.
He was in one, though.
But I don't think that's why they let him go.
I don't know. But they have the right to. I think they... I would assume they have the right to.
If you were involved in something, okay, you're involved in the Troubleshooter show and they hate my guts and they hate what we do and they don't...
Yep.
Okay, and they said your son or your daughter, they're little kids, can't participate. Wouldn't that piss you off?
Oh, of course it would. It would piss me off in this circumstance. Anyway, don't get me wrong.
303, listen, we'll take calls as well. We have Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink.
But someone out there that's very religious and practices, a practicing Christian.
Gigi,
I want to, for context for callers, basically what these are horror movies, right? That have a, there's one where the 10 Commandments are burning.
I'm going to play some of it.
Cats getting run over.
The guy actually sounds possessed.
A lot of drug use.
What do I know? Again, we're not talking about him anyway.
Horror movies are big business, and they're big in our culture.
Now, I swear to God, we have to take a break. No more.
Okay.
We have to. GoCamSolar.com. Look outside. It's not sunny, is it? You know what? We do have a great amount of sunlight in the state. I used to say an average of 360 days a year, and somebody said, how do you know? It's not accurate. Whatever it is, here's the bottom line. GoCam Solar can predict pretty accurately what your lot, how it's exposed, what it will generate over a 20-year period, over a 1-year period, over a 2-year. They look to the future for climate trends. They look for imaging of your lot. It's all done automatically without them coming to your home, without you committing to anything. It's free. If you'd like to know what you can generate over 20 years, how much you would save, they'll do it free. I'm going to give you the website, and they'll do it free. The bottom line is this. You can have a system put in and start paying with no money down, small monthly fees instead of electric. You'll save from day one, and then you'll eventually own the system and lock in all your energy costs. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter for this free service to find out. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter.
Good job.
You've never used the word like that, so
That was oh my gosh.
I said
Besides
yours.
digging a hole.
No. Usually if you use words now and then, but when you used it just like that, I
You
thought,
were
when
like,
was last time?
whoa.
In other words, when was the last time you used it? Why was that in your
I would use
vocabulary?
it, well, I probably haven't used it in front of you.
I have.
I
used my
associate
vocabulary.
it and used it with religious people
Ah.
yelling or screaming at other people, but they're really not yelling or screaming.
Vigorous or incisive in expression or style. Penetrating.
So this is different than normal horror because they bring in the religious aspect.
Well, a lot of horror films have religious aspects.
Yeah. Well, this is very
And
negative.
it's all
I said the
demonic
How do they
possession.
go to the family and
But demonic possession is like the hallmark
I want to know
of
if
horror.
anyone agrees with it.
What else if they were, how about if they were all devil worshippers and had the kid there? Would you?
I don't know. Unless you got to watch the whole movie, I guess.
You know, what if the mom was a porn star?
Well, that's what we were talking about.
Actually, I said that yesterday. What happens if the whole family were porn stars?
Well, okay, Tom. So let's say.
What happens if they were Democrats?
Flip it, right? Let's say
My whole thing is,
Stephanie
you're out of
is
here.
in
Wouldn't
this
you want the
program,
kid to try
and
to
he
save
comes
them
home and
to be
says,
in an atmosphere like
"Listen to what Colton told me today."
Well, there's a couple things. One,
And you
if
thought
the
it was
kid's
some
just
safe,
playing
wholesome
Tarantino
Catholic
trying to do scary
homeschool
movies.
program.
But then they
That's what
were
they're worried about.
I don't think worried about it.
No, it
But
didn't
I can also
happen.
understand
But
why
they're
they don't want
probably
anything
worried
like
that it
But if you
will.
had something, wouldn't you
And
want
then
the
they'll
whole
have
thing about
some
Catholic
other
Church, you want
type
to save
of
them.
crisis on their hands.
So wouldn't you want the
I
kid
mean,
to be in a good
That's
environment to keep
the
them
issue
from?
is, this is
going
not
Then
just
how come they don't take it loose?
anybody's gonna join this
They
program.
probably would.
I wouldn't
if
put my
the,
kids in a
was
Catholic
could get
after
a hold of
school
them.
homeschool program because I'm not
He
Catholic.
never shows.
Well, she is.
Right.
No,
Well, obviously
isn't that
this
how they're
family
supposed to
is,
do it?
right?
You could throw it
And
back
this,
on the
this
what about
older
priests
son
or-
has been influenced by it in some way, right?
You know, Dan brought up a good point. Here's all these Catholics, and when the priest rapes the kids, man, they just send them out of state. So their tolerance is pretty high. This
Well,
is a little.
it's pick and choose tolerance.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, the book.
It is pick and choose tolerance.
No Catholics approve of that, though.
No, but
Of course not.
the
But the
but
bishops do.
yeah, I mean, you haven't really seen any actual protests, large-scale movements. You know, the government's been taking care of it the best they can, but the on-the-street Catholics aren't rising up and marching
I'll
about
bet
it.
you they lost big revenue on it.
I think
Yeah,
if you
I'd
take
like
the
to see the
percentage
numbers
of
if you
clergy,
could quantify it.
you
Yeah,
take the full number and
Yeah.
then the percentage
Oh,
of
very
that
small,
clergy,
very small.
yeah, I'll bet you it's
Let's
better
hope
than
so.
most organizations.
Right. But the bad thing about it is the bishops who knew about it would just send them to another parish.
Yeah.
That's what's bad. The bishops would go to
well,
jail.
that's why
Covered it up.
the Pope before this Pope stepped down because he had such a huge hand in that he wasn't. How could he be a moral leader?
Is he alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Benedict, right?
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, the one that he had a creepy look.
But this one has his hands.
Don't you
dirty,
think?
too.
I don't know. He looked like a villain in like an Exorcist. type movie.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Exorcist, in the movie The Exorcist, in the
He's
book,
91. He's still alive.
Hang on, I'm
in the
gonna.
book, they had a master.
Did you do
Yeah,
it?
with the crucifix.
I'm gonna send you something for integrity
No, but
today.
that was. I don't know if these movies.
I don't think they have
Try
that.
to get this stuff.
But I'm
in
They
just
don't
there.
have that.
I'm just saying, the
They run
demonic
with that.
end of that, though, is horrifying to somebody who.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But think about
Well,
it.
I see both sides.
But wouldn't you want a kid in that environment to bring him into a better environment to try to save him, quote, save him? That's what I do.
Right, and there's no, like Tom said, there's no indication that this kid was rabble-rousing or trying to like sow dissent or question the faith of this.
What Mark brought up, the kid being involved at all makes a big difference.
Right.
Well, yeah.
She didn't say that in the letter, though.
Yeah. No, I don't
So
know.
human knowledge, she might look at, hey, and he was involved.
Oh boy.
He played David.
Well, they're obviously not taking this kid back.
I agree.
I wouldn't want my kid there.
You've seen The Omen, right?
It's over.
No, I don't want to.
You've never seen The Omen? That thing's.
Nor The Exorcist.
I know.
Never?
They need to
No, I don't
branch
like
out
those
with,
movies.
you know,
Oh, I hate
the
it.
less religious.
I mean, I've heard of
Find
it.
some less religious.
I've heard of it.
Oh, it's so big.
They're not
It's
as
huge. I'm shocked you've
judgmental.
never seen it.
Bigger than the Exorcist. And I'm
I don't know. I can't. I think I get them confused. I'm not sure. Which one has Damien? Has the little kid? The old.
I saw
They
The
both have little
Exorcist
kids.
in
The
a movie
Exorcist,
at
Mark,
age
was the first real.
Because I
That was
begged
scary.
my mom.
Guys, we're on. We
She's
gotta
like,
be
"I'll
quiet."
show you."
That was scary.
Plumline Services, free second opinions.
On all major repairs, or 93 are free when it comes to drains. If you have a sluggish drain, they will clear it, get it flowing for $93, or the call is free. But you'll get a free diagnostic along with that free call if they can't fix it. If they can fix it, then it's fine. They just fix it. 93 are free. And free second opinions on all major repairs. Now's the time you need people to be honest with you, so you're not spending money needlessly. This is the scare season, I call it. You know, Halloween, but not just because of Halloween, because people say, you're going to freeze this winter, or this is dangerous. Call Plumline. You can depend on them to be honest, truthful, 100% guarantee of all of satisfaction. PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086, PlumlineServices.com. Okay, so your son's in a Catholic school program, a hybrid program. And in this hybrid program, the child has friends. He's 8 years old. And somehow, the people who run this program, which is a devout Catholic program, rooted, they say, in the Catholic ideals, and it is a small, private, non-profit group. And the point about this is that they probably can turn down membership if they want. Who knows? I mean, I don't know the legalities, but I do know they did not want this little boy there anymore, and they wrote a letter to the family, and I just found it weird. I mean, I found it so weird that they did it like they did it. They sent a letter saying, we don't want, basically, we don't want Colton in our program. We just don't want him here anymore because of what the parents are involved in. That's really what it boils down to. Because of what his parents are involved in, we don't want him there anymore. I'm going to send the letter to you guys. I have it. And so what do you think about that? They're saying the movies that your son makes, that your husband participated in, are an affront to our Lord Jesus Christ. And we do not want you. It's obvious your family doesn't share our ideals. So, Gigi, what do you think? I mean, if you got a letter about your son because, let's say, they don't like the fact that you guys are bankruptcy attorneys. Right. They think it's wrong, that people should pay their debt no matter what.
Yep.
What?
Absolutely.
So we don't want your child in our program.
It doesn't. Your lifestyle doesn't reflect our values.
Well, you probably wouldn't want to be there anyway, right?
That's where I'd be coming from. But I also understand feeling totally blindsided and you know, I think the difference here is this is a Catholic organization, and if you just look at the YouTube videos, there's one, you know, I saw right away.
I'm going to play
that they're burning the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
They're worried this little kid's going to come and talk about the devil and talk about.
But he hasn't.
That's right.
They even acknowledge that he's a good kid. Okay,
and they should have had a conversation with these people
How about if they
before
were
sending a letter like this.
Yeah, my name is Dakota Ray, and I'm the writer and director and star of American Antichrist.
Now, this is him talking. Now, it hasn't been altered according to...
For real? That's his real voice?
That's what the mom said.
No, she heard that and then said maybe a little.
Okay, because I was going to say, that's a problem.
Here's what she said.
That's your real voice.
She says it is his real voice. Make no mistake, it is his real voice. What she said was his delivery may have been overly dramatic or exaggerated, but his voice is that, okay? It's not a voice-altering software. It's an exaggerated delivery is what she said, okay?
That's creepy.
And then it says an interview with Dakota Ray about his, thing. I mean, he's got, like, now 93 views, but he had 36 yesterday. So here, in between here, I'm just trying to get to him. Okay.
The main theme throughout American Antichrist is basically about evil and how evil can take on many different forms, whether it be religion or drugs.
Okay, so, and he says, And then he has disturbing images. Now, I never saw his movie, but these images are pretty disturbing of the cross and all of this stuff. And then the 666. And, you know, the guy is spooky, in my opinion. He's spooky. I mean, now here's a trailer to his movie. A trailer. And his logo, by the way, is him giving the middle finger. Let's see, his logo, him giving the middle finger, R.A. Productions. And that's his logo. Okay, like 20th Century Fox, the lion, this guy's got the bird. Okay.
Felt as if I'd opened up a gateway to an unholy world where I was God, and everything around me was just so fucking dead.
Oh, I gotta hit this. Okay, I got it. I did not know. I should have listened. I didn't know that was allowed on YouTube. I thought that wouldn't be on there.
Wow.
Well, we got it.
I know we did.
We nixed it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, wow.
Yeah, so from now on, I'm not going to play it.
I wonder if that kid shows up in the playground with that stuff.
I thought I could safely do that. I can't.
My blood pressure is up right now.
I can't safely do that.
This whole thing is scary.
But the guy is a creep. But does that mean...
Oh, that's not true. He could be an artist, honestly. We don't know what's in his...
If he got born with that voice, what else are you going to do? That seems like a good fit.
We don't know what his heart is. He's right. Yeah, we don't. We really don't.
Absolutely, we don't.
But anyway, let's keep going. I'll take your calls on anything. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kevin's got a Social Security scam number. We'll try that again. It's like these scammers now. They don't want just anyone calling them back. You got to prove they called you, or they won't even scam you. And then we have Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. But I'd like your opinion on this school. They basically, it's a private, nonprofit group. And I'll read the letter again, or highlights from the letter. They basically said, we are profoundly sad and shocked. And basically we say, your family obviously does not share our ideals. So we don't want the kid in our program anymore. We'll talk about that and more coming up. 303-713-TALK. Integra Insurance, your health insurance experts. By the way, they have, you have to be certified to do this. Not just anyone can do it legally and ethically. Now, Integra, I have never said this about any sponsor, but here's what I'm going to say. In every single case, when it comes to buying health insurance, you should use Integra. In every single case, whether it's private insurance, whether it's on the exchange, whether it's off the exchange, whether it is Medicare, Medicaid, no matter what, you should use Integra. They are experts, they are certified, they're wonderful people, and they will look for the best program for your situation. You do not save money going direct. You don't. You got to take advantage of this wonderful professional service. IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500. It's open enrollment now. Everyone needs an expert on their side. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com.
You hit it towards us, mate. I didn't hear you. School. Starting to what? Agree with. Does that mean we get doubled? No, what happened?
It's a religious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it
I
takes
don't
longer
know why you
to.
would think they'd be
Okay.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't be. I wouldn't be cool with it.
I would look out. You'd want the boy in the
Well, I said to Tom, would Stephanie be cool?
As long as you want.
Yeah, she would.
She would not.
Stephanie would not expel that little boy.
She wouldn't.
Ever.
But would she call the parents and talk to them?
No,
She wouldn't be worried about it.
Absolutely not. She
Well,
doesn't
I
judge
like
that.
to hear
She
that.
judges privately. She
Right.
was a kid.
Right.
She would never.
She wouldn't go on a crusade about it.
She said this little peanut.
Yeah.
Why would you
Right.
take it against
The
him?
little peanut didn't do anything.
Yeah. Here's exactly what she said. What would Jesus do? He would keep the little peanut in the program and love him.
That's what I would say.
I love that.
Good judgment doesn't mean giving judgment.
I love that. That makes me happy.
But at what point do you, what as if they're all white supremacist KKK guys? Same thing, no problem. You keep them in the group.
If the kid is not spouting that stuff,
Right.
Okay, you're right. I keep
never been a
If that
problem.
kid, if the kid, comes and starts being violent or says like, God.
So, but just the worry that he might be doing that.
I'm coming around to your
Your
outrage, Tom, because it's true. If this is a Catholic organization, what are they teaching this little boy Colton by throwing him out like that? They're turning him against
I told Suzanne
to try to get him
Well, you got to speak,
Just
or
like the
your
missionaries,
scam won't work.
the missionaries from way long ago, they went to heathens and all kinds of people and tried to bring them back into the faith.
Right?
Heathens. That's what Fred Sanford's daughter-in-law would say. You heathen!
But you know, the joke's on the Sanford with never fly.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, obviously some of them were, but there were some fucking crazy.
I don't know if they wouldn't fly. It was almost like Archie Bunker saying that about Archie Bunker.
Oh, they wouldn't fly.
It was almost sarcastic.
No, this one.
I don't think Archie Bunker would fly today.
No,
I agree.
You're obviously not thinking.
People would freak out.
I think you would agree with that.
What do you
The
think?
moon,
Give me an example.
You know, what would they say?
No. Oh God, no.
Can you put off the audio?
No way.
Okay.
He's more prepared. How can comfortable work apparel make your business more productive? For over 1 million customers, the answer is simple. Cintas. Cintas delivers everything you need to open your doors with confidence. Because helping keep businesses well-equipped, clean, and looking their best, that's our business.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get Cintas and get ready for the workday.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research, which led me to Centennial Schultz Clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized for their work with stem cells. They're all MDs, working with true living stem cells harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, then strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections. More experience than any other provider in the country. Why would you go to a clinic with no MDs at all? Centennial Schultz can help you with painful joints, knees, hips, back, shoulders, hands. They can repair most ACL tears with a needle instead of a knife. Before you have surgery, consult Centennial Schultz at 303-963-9201. Explore your options at a true medical regenerative clinic. Centennial Schultz, 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referralist.com. Did you know there's a way to list your home to attract multiple offers and incite bidding wars? Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Do you know what it is? Don't feel bad. Neither do most real estate brokers. But Frank Duran, the real estate man, uses this system in all of his listings.
I think what happened is we used to be fucking rude.
Really,
seriously. Think about a little black boy, and he sees a guy in all that outfit and making fun of black people. Think about a little boy or a little girl.
They think it's normal.
No, you carry that with you the rest of your life.
The same thing happened with, what is it, the Little Rascals, with Buckwheat and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but they even did a movie and had Buckwheat in it not long ago.
But
well,
he
maybe
was,
15
they had
years.
changed the
Well,
character.
Eddie Murphy joked about it.
Yeah,
You know
he
what?
wasn't
Just
a
because it was
character
joked about
as
before
much.
doesn't mean.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. You know, just go see them. Go online and read about it because they're unbelievable. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Find them on the referral list first because they're truly their website is too difficult to remember. It really is. It's a bunch of initials. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, and it has a hyphen in there, I believe. So I would just, no it doesn't, it's just Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, so it's AOTMJ. That's not bad, AOTMJ. What they do more than TMJ, what they do is they can correct TMJ along with sleep apneas because they align the mouth with expanders. They don't do surgeries or extractions, and it naturally straightens your teeth. Now, some people do need the Invisalign braces along with it, but here's the message. In 2 years, you can have a beautiful smile, get rid of TMJ, get rid of all those headaches, get rid of sleep apneas, and have a beautiful smile in 2 years, and it's like a couple grand or a few grand, maybe here or there, but it's way cheaper. Cosmetic dentistry will cost just for the front teeth 25 grand, and for the whole mouth it's like 50 or 60 grand. So look to Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ for the new orthodontics, and it's 303-690-0100. It's a great program, 690-0100. So Lori's got a comment on that little boy. The little boy Colton in this Catholic school program 1 day a week, he was kicked out basically because his family, they say, does not share the ideals of the program because the son is involved in making movies that are basically anti-religion, anti-Catholic, anti-faith, and it's about evil, and they're horror movies, and the dad participated in one of them. Go ahead, Lori.
Hey, Tom. Hey, I got 2 comments for you. On the Catholic school thing, I think what I would have done if I were the school administrator or whatever is I would have called parents in. But hey, they're a private school, can't they?
And it's not really a school. Yes, they're private. They're private, and they're nonprofit, and it's a very small group. I don't know if they can do anything they want, and that's not even the issue. I guess I'm just asking, how do you feel about it?
Oh, I feel fine with it. I mean, that scared me to death.
Okay, so you so you would have the heebie-jeebies too if your kid was hanging out with Colton? Why?
I had the major heebie-jeebies.
No, really though.
Yeah.
So you would maybe prevent your son from hanging out with Colton?
Oh, in about 2 seconds.
Okay, see, Lori's saying I can see why you should have concern. That's interesting. I'd like to hear from you. Coming up. People have asked me, Tom,
Can you ahead of time? Oh, you got the number. Thank you. That's what I was going to optimize your hormone.
I wonder if the kid can spin his head entirely around.
Oh my.
Just one
That
time.
is a wild voice. That's really
You were 9 when you went to see that. You went home and had nightmares, right?
Oh, for 3 weeks I was
Which
terrified
one?
constantly.
The
of
Exorcist.
Which one is that?
I begged
Linda
and
Blair.
begged and
No,
begged.
who's the kid?
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair's the kid.
Oh, it's a
Reagan.
girl?
Her name's
Exorcist.
Reagan. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen The Exorcist.
Oh my God, it's the most popular one of all.
I don't think I've ever.
was
I remember
original.
Amityville Horror.
Oh,
I was
this
older.
was like
And we have an 11-year-old.
And the one with the
My
boy.
wife and I came
The
home
old
from the movie and would not work her room.
this was original.
It freaked us out. We could not
The
work her room.
Exorcist, that's what Tom said.
Right, it was the
I
first.
Oh, this
real-
kind of the cat
And the worst.
Every time I would go to turn in to go
I mean,
to
if you
my,
call
into
it the
my
worst, some
bedroom,
people might say
she's
it's the
gonna
best.
be on my bed.
The best, Jerry, the best.
But my mom was like, you wouldn't shut up about it. I would like wake her up every morning jumping on her bed. I want to go see The Exorcist. And she was like, okay,
They claim
let's
it.
go.
They claim
I
it.
was 9. She took me to, we lived outside of Chicago. She took me to a
There's a
theater
bar
on the
radio.
south side.
South
Yes.
side of Chicago.
You could
It
hear
was scary
ear
just going.
cats popping. You could smell pot in the air. It starts with a Pink Panther cartoon. And I'm like, this is the best
Boy,
night of my life.
She does remember.
Yeah. And then, boom.
I remember.
Yes, and I sat on her lap
didn't
with my
see it.
head buried in her lap, and I wouldn't look, and she made me sit through the
Theaters
whole
are
thing.
so loud.
Is it really creepy?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
for back then.
because it's the devil.
Oh,
It's
not
supposed to
nothing.
be the real
Well,
devil.
so it would be nothing now compared to Saw.
No,
Yeah, but
no.
Saws that doesn't bring. It's
No.
not the religious.
She
stuff.
pukes the pea soup,
Yeah.
vomit. Her head spins around. She's really mean
Does it
to
with
the
the-
priest.
does it with
yeah,
the
yeah.
claws like
Suzanne
that?
does that on weekends.
Yeah.
Well, to each his own.
I mean, she kills a priest. She kills the old priest.
Yeah.
And then she kills another priest because at the very end he's like, come into me. And then you see his eyes change and then he throws himself out of the window on those famous steps in Georgetown. And I did a semester there in college and I went
can
and
see
visited
their
them.
point.
The
That I'm getting.
other thing.
Oh, I would
They
agree.
had subliminals. They really used to know.
They don't want to risk their kid
Oh,
getting
well,
around
yeah,
that
well,
kind of thing.
Once it got bad, I've never
It was in
looked
the
again.
sound. It was in the
Oh,
video.
Now, they
I
might
just really
terrifying.
believe in non-judgment.
It was
thing, man.
terrifying.
It was.
But you're right. I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be scared. You got to be.
Right, because what they're worried
What if-
about are the
okay,
other parents
For
and their whole
sure.
program
For
falling
sure.
apart.
What if your kid? What if the Colton invited
Yes.
your son over to the house now?
Yeah, now what do you do?
We had a
So,
kid.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Do you warn?
We had a kid that was creepy.
I think the letter itself, though,
Yeah.
was a mistake.
Play with.
Right.
They shouldn't have written that letter. That was
You gotta
stupid.
trust your
He
gut.
pulled the puppy.
They
out.
should have simply did everything verbally.
He later stabbed
This
his
guy
younger
gets-
brother and set the house on fire. He was a mess.
Can you turn the sound off on this computer right now?
Screwed up.
That's like Michael Myers.
Okay,
Yes, it was something. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
There was
gosh.
something really. His name was Sean.
I didn't know he was going to say that.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know you could swear, but now I do know because I have to get my kids off it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'll happen.
there's definitely stuff. No, they live on this.
This guy.
That's
look
all
at
they
him.
care about anymore.
Man, I won't want
I'm telling you, he's an evil looking son of a bitch.
That
He
voice,
looks evil.
though.
He plays the part, huh?
That voice. I
Nice.
said, if you really are born with that voice, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
There's the father.
You can't like work at a spa
There's the
or.
father.
Suicide
Oh, you see
counseling.
him?
This is in the trailer right there.
No, die. What does that say?
Don't do it. Satan commands you. Stay. Stay.
No, repent or burn.
Oxygen temporal scanner thermometer weather center.
Oh my God, he has this thing.
He's burning the cross. 666.
Yeah. It's super.
You gotta have it.
But I mean, it shows our horror culture, but that's not what we send your kids to Catholic after school.
I just think that you want to keep it. Yeah, people do want to do that.
We just call the parents in and go, can we talk about this? What's going on? What's the
Kind of looks like Gene Simmons.
What's Colton's exposure to it?
There you go. And
Yeah.
really get the one-on-one
Right.
ground down.
Does he know about this?
Yeah.
Do you talk to him
You don't
about
think
it?
it's good that he's...
Right. We just want to know what his exposure is.
Blasphemy.
And if there hasn't been any, keep it that way.
And she said that. She said that he said that.
Well, that's good.
Of course, there has to
There's
be a
plenty
date.
of time for that.
The Exorcist really
Look how popular
It
it is.
got me
Out of the
good.
box, that was, I'm trying to think of another one that's, oh, Josh.
Oh, I saw that with my mom.
Right, but I mean, that's
And
another one that started those types of movies.
lost her mind.
Yeah, and that was the first one of its kind.
I still watch it.
3 months after the movie came out, Jaws,
Yeah.
I got a shark attack.
No, you didn't.
What? Just one leg? Just one leg?
Are you kidding me? Did you feel more prepared because you
I didn't even realize I should have
never
watched
saw
the interview too. I didn't even preview that.
Oh yeah, they were in like a little frenzy. Or
My master is safe.
saw the big one that came up from the bottom, grabbed me, pulled me down.
you know how you have to leave the collar sewn over?
I know. I don't know. I just
Oh my God.
look. My master is safe.
What? You did tell me that years ago, huh? You can't wear watches on the phone stand. You have to give a phone number for them to reference you. That's the number. Oh my God. Just a phone number. His name is Kevin.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
All these things that should have taken me
So
out.
next time
no.
Frank is in,
But
we'll
that
call
was
him
3 months
Wardrobe
after that. Freaked out about
Oh, one of
Because
these movies. My master is safe.
Yeah, I saw that header.
he said he's like being a bullfighter.
Yeah,
He is
it was
Eduardo
the
across
80s
the-
because I was definitely young. I think. Well, let's see. I would get maybe 80.
Jaws was like 72, right?
75.
75.
Okay.
Oh, it had to be
So my mom saw it before me. Before when I saw it, she saw it with her ex-husband. Now ex-husband. She ripped his shirt and like threw blood. Then I had her take me. And she took it off.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Bright Light Chiropractic. If you're looking for a wonderful chiropractor, brightenyourfamily.com is the website to find out more. As a consumer advocate, I'm proud of who I represent here as far as sponsors. However, I need you to know that we take complaints about any and all people, especially sponsors. We want to make sure they're doing what's right. Now, I know Bright Light Chiropractic is a wonderful place, just $50 for the x-rays and digital scans, the thermal imaging and consultation to start. The first adjustment just $25, so the whole thing is $75. Compare this to like $350 in other places. BrightenYourFamily.com. Dr. Mike Hederscheit is a great guy, and he does targeted, very directed kind of adjustments. It's not all, you know, it's just not what you expect, and it gets great results. BrightenYourFamily.com. Read about him. BrightenYourFamily.com, near 470 and University. Worth the trip, wherever you are. Hey, we're talking about an issue. I want to get to another call first. We are taking consumer calls, of course, at 303-713-TALK. We have Gigi Wink with us from Wink & Wink, bankruptcy attorneys, who all do Chapter 13, Chapter 7, and also they do debt settlements. Here's the thing. We were talking about this little boy, and I guess I'm surprised about something. From all indications, and from the letter written by the school program, Colton has never done anything wrong. He's a sweet little boy, according to their own words. But he was basically kicked out of the program. It's a Catholic program. It's private. It's small. It's a nonprofit. We're not talking about their right to do it. I haven't examined that. Who knows? There may not be a right to do it. I don't know. But I do know this. He's homeschooled. They go to this campus once a week. And the program director or whoever, the program people, they kicked him out and said, we don't want Colton here basically because we don't agree with your family. It says we're profoundly shocked and dismayed and saddened to have to write this. It's come to our attention that your husband and older brother are active creators and participants in films that are blasphemous to our Lord and to our faith, and extremely shocking. By the way, they're right. I mean, if you look at the brother, Dakota, and you look at the father just participated. Who knows if he believes in this stuff. But the bottom line is that they kicked him out because of the family, not because of him. It says, we regret this. He's a sweet little boy. We hope he's not exposed to this. And they say, and we hope you reconsider all this participation. And it says, it shows a severe lack of judgment and is an affront to our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, again, we're not talking about the right to do this. I'm just wondering how you feel. Now, I personally thought, you know, if this eight-year-old boy has friends and he's not doing anything wrong, so what? You know, perhaps he can change the family. Perhaps through having him in that program, without that, maybe he doesn't get any good counseling. And again, I'm not saying, you know, they don't have a right. But I'm wondering how you would feel if it's your little boy. Again, I will say this, though. The guy, I mean, his movies, one of them is called My Master Satan. The other one is The Rise and Fall of an American Scumbag. The other one is something about evil. Everything he does is about evil and is anti-religious, basically. Maddie, what is your comment? And I'll go on to other calls, I promise. Most of my email is running in favor of the program, saying I wouldn't want the kid there either. Maddie, how do you feel?
Well, first of all, Tom, the gestures that begin the movie, as someone said on your program, is not scriptural.
Of course.
And also, maybe he needs a mentor and needs to look at the Christian movies. There are some there that tell us that where we're going to go, one side or the other, either heaven or hell.
But what does this have to do with him, though? He's not making that movie,
No,
Maddie.
he isn't, and maybe he would be if they kept him in there. Maybe he would be able to have
witness
some
to the family,
ideas
maybe
and
witness
say,
to the family, or maybe not get involved. It might be the thing he needs. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. What do you think about him being kicked out? Does it bother you at all, or would you do the same thing?
Well, I would feel badly and everything. But maybe they just, even the parents maybe do not have enough, background either on what these movies are all about. But if he's doing this, he will have to stand accountable. That's all there is.
You mean the
to it.
son? Yeah. Well, okay. Now, here's the deal. I don't like these movies, but hell, I mean, the guy's doing them. It's his expression. Mark says, who knows what he feels
Some
like.
people would say, as the father goes, so goes the family.
Mm-hmm. But don't you wait till that happens, or do we prejudge him?
I don't know.
Do we assume? Although, listen.
Exodus 25.
Let's say, Mark, let's say you're, please, don't. I mean, my God, you can take any scripture to make it sound whatever you want. The point is this. You're not going to judge somebody. First of all, they're espousing Christian values. They're supposed to love people. I mean, but Suzanne, in your neighborhood, let's say you live on a cul-de-sac and there's literally a house.
Yeah.
Where the son, the older son, is a weirdo. Would you let little Miles, when he was a little boy, play with the brother? I don't know. What would you guys do?
I don't think it would really bug me, Tom.
We've got an absolute real example of what you said, where we used to live in Red Hawk, one street over. Yeah. So we're talking 50 yards over.
That's way different, Mark.
No, it's not. No, it's not different.
What was the situation?
The situation was he was a registered sex offender, and he had 2 kids the ages of our kids.
Oh,
and we did not want our kids anywhere around those kids.
We let those kids play at our house.
No, they were punished, no matter how you look at it, for the sins of the father.
Yeah, because you're afraid that these little kids might exhibit that behavior.
I'm afraid he molested his own kids, and I didn't want him around there.
That's right. And you're afraid that even if they're not around the house, if they're playing with those other kids, kids who are abusers abuse.
That's exactly right.
Different than an older brother who likes scary movies.
So
and
in
stuff.
this case, if you had a family of Satan worshipers, let's say, and one of the little boys who doesn't participate, it's like the father and older son, what would you do, Mark? Would you let your kids play with them? I don't know.
Well, that's different than a guy who's just doing movies.
Well, let's talk about the Church of Satan. They're members. Would you let your little boy...
I don't know. That to me is just as crazy as the other side.
It's crazy.
Tom. I
I might not allow him around Scientologists either.
Mark, I'm asking a question, okay? It's not an argument. It's a question, meaning she said it's just as crazy as the other side. So what I'm asking is this. If someone is a devout Catholic family, then you would not let your son play with the kids.
I'm saying I don't know if I would judge a Satanist family, a little boy, and letting him play with our kids.
So you would let him play?
I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm asking.
Well, if the Catholic kids were telling my kids they were, sinners and going to hell and stuff because they weren't Catholic, I would have a problem with that.
Exactly. Right. But I'm not saying the kids espousing anything.
Right.
They're just kids.
Just innocent kids,
would
not
you let
causing
your
trouble.
Kids play with a family of weirdos? Of any weirdo?
Probably not. Who would?
I mean, I don't know.
Weirdos. You put it perfectly.
Well, yeah, weirdos that's a tough term.
Yeah. But what would you do? 303-7.
How about you? You haven't answered these questions.
What question? I would not. If the little boy or little girl did not exhibit any behavior, like I'd monitor it, and I certainly would never judge these little kids, ever. And now, would I let them go into the home? No, because I think they're weird. I mean, no, I would be really careful about it. And I wouldn't tell the little kids, I think your family's weird, but I think you can never go wrong showing somebody love and understanding. I just don't think you can. I mean, where do you go wrong doing that? Todd, what's going on with you, Todd? What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Let's talk about your gutter
up.
Yeah.
The initial job was great, but he had some follow-up work to do. And when he came back, that's where the problems started. I had a fascia that was separated after his...
So he broke the fascia?
Well, he didn't break it. I think just the gutter hanger screws that he put in kind of pushed the fascia out.
Okay, so did he do any roof damage as well?
Yeah, he did. All I know is that there was absolutely no damage on that roof on the first run of shingles before he got up there.
How old is that roof?
Under, I'd say 6 or 7 years.
Okay, and so what you're saying is you had no problems, now you do. Do you have any leaking? That's important to know.
Well, after he left, well, it's like I said, it's near the edge of the roof.
Is it cosmetic?
No, the shingles were penetrated.
Oh.
And he denied all responsibility and told me to call my insurance. Your
insurance is not gonna cover bad workmanship. And if you called your insurance about it, your rates are gonna go up.
I did.
Your rates are gonna go up, even if they don't do anything.
I know I screwed up there. I should have called the roofer first.
Right. So did you get anyone to give you an opinion on what's wrong with the gutter installation? That's a very basic question. Did you get an independent expert?
Of the gutter installation, no. That's really not the issue. The issue is the damage he caused to my roof.
But he did the damage to your roof during the gutter installation. So maybe I'll just word it another way. Did you get someone to view and give you an opinion on the gutter installation as it pertains to the damage on the roof to see if they're connected?
Well, yeah, I had an independent inspector.
What was the result? I just need the result. What did they say?
He said there is no way that hail or any other kind of damage could have caused what happened to those.
Did he think the gutter installation caused it?
Yeah, he showed me probably how.
Okay, so what does the gutter guy say now that you got an expert? And who was the expert? Like, was he a roofer? What does he do? Or she?
I don't have his business card.
But how did you find him? Is he a roofer?
He was sent out. He works in cooperation with my insurance company.
Is he an adjuster?
He he doubled as an adjuster. He's not a contractor.
Okay. So,
but he does work for a contracting company.
What you need to do now is assess damage. You need to get an expert to assess damage so we know what to go after the gutter guy for. What's the name of the gutter guy?
Colorado Gutter Solutions. There's a little bit more to the story.
What's more? Go ahead.
After the contractor determined that insurance wasn't going to cover it and that the gutter guy caused the damage, he did relent and he sent a roofer out after a couple of weeks. Monday, they tore off. I had repaired the shingles with asphalt roofing tar to keep the moisture out. Well, his roofer Monday tore off my shingles that I had repaired, tore them off down to the tar paper, and didn't put anything else back up. This is at the end of the email I sent. And he said he would be out tomorrow because they didn't have the right shingles. That was yesterday, and as you can see outside, it's rained.
Well, okay, but are they going to fix it?
I haven't heard a peep from him in 2 days.
All right. So you want to make sure they just get this covered back up again since you had it temporarily repaired.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. He needs to put you back the way you were before he installed those gutters. I get you, man. And that includes a drip edge. I don't know what he did with flashing there either. It doesn't sound like he even used one, but I don't know that. So
well, he had upsold me on the flashing, so
well, the flashing is a part of it. I don't even know how you get upsold on flashing. You know, that's like getting upsold on anesthesia when you're getting surgery.
I know. Well, I didn't have flashing. He said I needed flashing to get the 30-year warranty he was offering, and so I agreed to that. And then...
And what good is a 30-year warranty? How old is he?
I don't know. He's probably mid-30s.
So
like
you
that.
think this guy is going to come to your house when he's 58 years old and fix it? I mean, Todd, listen, man. You should have gone to referrallist.com to get your gutters. I'm serious. I'm just going to be flat out and tell you. He's not part of referrallist.com.
No, he's not, but I went there and I called a couple of people. I think maybe one was K&H or something.
You better tell me something. If somebody didn't return your call, I'm going to I'm going to open up some whoop
He's probably going to say they were too busy to do just gutters. Right.
Did you get that kind of did somebody tell you that?
I did talk to K&H.
They're wonderful.
They didn't cover the springs anymore, even though they were listed on your site.
Okay, you're in the springs.
Yeah, and I think I had a guy from Champion come out, but he just gave me an estimate. The point is, I did go.
Oh man, Todd,
first and foremost.
Todd, I'm so sorry that we could not find someone to do that.
We need good gutter people in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, we do. Now let's get on this right now because, well, hold on though. As I understand it, they're in the middle of repairing it.
Well, apparently, but I haven't heard. I mean, I got water all over.
Do you
want
to? Well, where is water really? Where is it coming into the house?
Well, no, it's not coming into the house. It's just, the roof is saturated, and all I have is tar paper on there. And I want to add that I have pictures absolutely documenting everything.
Well, tar paper is your protection, just so you know. I mean, that is protection.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you're going to be it's not going to be too bad unless the tar paper was penetrated. Let's get somebody to call them for you. Todd, I understand your concern. You want to get it fixed, doggone it. I don't blame you. But can I ask you something, Todd? Other than this damage, I know this is a silly question. Are the gutters okay? Do they look good or what?
Well, yeah, the gutters are beautiful. The gutters themselves, I had to do a bunch of repair to the covers because they weren't screwed on correctly.
Covers?
Yeah, the gutter covers that were included with the covers. He didn't flash over my front door, probably about a 20-foot span.
Well, it basically sounds like this guy's a clown. It sounds. Colorado Gutter Solutions doesn't sound like much of a solution. Am I this far overtime? Are you telling me that, Brutus? Am I overtime? Oh, my God. Bob wants to talk about a service contract, and Leslie wants to talk about Vivint Smart Home. So we're going to talk about that. I have also a Social Security number, and we're going to call that coming up right after this. Gigi Wink is with us from Wink and Wink. 303-713-8255. Become the Banker has seminars going on now. 303-779-6600 to find out more about it. Or watch the video, becomethebanker.info. and shoot holes in it. I want you to investigate this. It is a solid way. He's been doing this for 30 years. It's a solid way to invest your money in an account. It's like a savings account with tax-free interest. That's really what it is, but it's tax-free interest. And you can, and tax-free growth, and you can use it in retirement. BecomeTheBanker.info. Call for a private webinar even. You don't even have to leave your home. 303-779-6600 or BecomeTheBanker.info.
This report is sponsored by Panera Bread.
Traffic across the highways in the metro area in pretty good shape right now. Just one slow spot on the westbound side.
I thought people would be more up in arms about this stuff. They're not. More what? About the little boy. They're just saying that big deal. I do too.
So, you ready for this? I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God, visiting the inequity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation.
Yeah, I know. That's called generational sin. It's terrible.
Sounds like
It's a
North
generational
Korea.
curse.
Well, I'm saying they might believe literally in that.
That's Old Testament, though.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah, Jesus Christ said, I free you from that. But, you know, I understand what you're saying. They might believe that it's going to be inherently there. I mean, listen.
Just like I said about that kid, that little molested kid.
It has a major creep factor.
Serious.
Oh, now
It does have a
molesting
major
part
creep.
is much different because I'll tell you what.
They do molest.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
Hurt people.
Like
hurt
the payday loans.
No, seriously, man.
It's testicular.
Most people who abuse have been abused.
Yes.
So, man, you could never leave your kid alone with a kid. But first of all, if that's going on, you should have the fucking guy put in jail.
Yes.
Well, all you know, though, is that all we knew was he lives right there, and he's a sex offender. He's not in jail anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was on a kid less than 18.
Never go to that house. Never go to that house.
Don't even talk to the kids. Talk about screwing your family totally. I mean, my God.
From the Main Street banks people trust. I supported repealing the debt tax. Hardworking families should be able to pay.
Being the biblical scholar that I am,
without federal tax.
I can quote.
You've learned more in the last
hour.
15 minutes.
Gee, his face when I said,
You know the
Exodus 20.
You know the thing about generational curses? There are people who truly believe that if your father and grandfather have a sin, that you're going to inherit it. Now think about living with that burden.
But you know why?
I don't like that.
You know why? Because they think you got taught that. I mean, it seems very common sense to me. I mean, is that not really where that goes?
Generational curses.
Yeah. The whole, I mean, exactly that. The reason they think that, and I don't even think you've got to be religious to think that.
What they really meant by that scripture, if you look into it, because
go ahead, what?
Study on that. I'll tell you because hey, Tom Martino here, Genesis Total Exteriors.
They do interiors as well, and they'll be turning their attention to the indoors soon as it gets colder. Get on the list, really. It's worth it. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. It's that easy. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. You'll love it. Okay, let's keep going here. 303-713-TALK. Surprisingly, I guess the email, it doesn't surprise Mark or Suzanne or other people, but most parents say, look, you know, I would do the same thing. I don't think I want that family in our program. So, I mean, hey, and certainly people have a right to, you know, to do that in a private program. They're saying, we don't want your kid here because of your family. We don't like what the brother does, and we don't like what the father does as far as participating in this hobby of horror movies. And so they feel the same way. Let's go. I want to keep helping people. Todd, we're on the phone with this gutter contract. Bob wants to talk about a service contract. Go ahead, Bob. What's going on?
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Thinking about buying this Infinity SUV.
Yeah.
And they have a vehicle service.
I understand they're really good cars, the Infinity SUVs.
Yeah, yes. They are.
Is it new?
Kind of like Lexus's through Toyota.
Mark asked if it was new.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and what's the service contract?
It's through Infinity Extended Services North America.
Good.
And it's right at $2,900.
Well, it's good that it's not an an independent third party because they're weaker usually than the manufacturer. But here's what I need to ask.
Okay.
What does the vehicle come with out of the factory? What does it come with?
Okay, it comes with,
Like, you must know what the warranty is on your new car.
Yeah.
4 years, 60,000 mile, 6 years, 70,000 mile powertrain.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So now what does the extended warranty get you?
The extended warranty is for 8 years or unlimited mileage.
Wait a minute. Unlimited mileage?
Yes.
Really?
Unlimited, yes.
Okay, so you're buying a 4-year warranty basically, and the unlimited miles is what I like, because otherwise you're just buying a 4-year warranty, because the original warranty, if it goes 4 years and the other one goes 6 years, well, you're not getting anything extra. Anyone who buys a warranty with concurrent coverage is stupid. There's no reason to. The way to do it is to keep the car in good shape, and when it gets to the end of the life of that warranty, then you buy a warranty. That's the way to buy an extended warranty. You buy it when it's truly extended, not when it's concurrent, okay? Mark gets a 10-year warranty from the factory in his Hyundai. So you were talking 10 years. Could you imagine if they sold him, hey, Mark, here's a 12-year warranty? He'd be buying a 2-year warranty. You know what I'm saying? Because
I've heard you explain that before.
Now,
Tom.
this unlimited mileage, though, Mark, that throws a wrinkle in this thing that I think makes it almost worth it.
Well, you got to start looking at the math. If this guy only drives to church and back once a week, and 30 years from now, is he still going to have this vehicle? I think it still comes down to math.
It's still only 8 years no matter what. Okay, unlimited miles, but it's still only 8 years. But that's a good point. How many miles do you put on this car?
Well, I had an 06 new Altima that I bought.
What do you put on it?
And I just got rid of it. It had 164,000.
Well, roughly, what do you drive a year? I don't want to do math right now.
16,000 miles.
Okay, 15 or 16,000 miles. So it may not work in your case. I mean, it may not be worth it. I mean, you must have done the math, sir. If you do 16,000 miles a year times 8, you're going to have 128,000. So you actually will have extended coverage, but you're only going to have extended coverage for 60,000 basically, or 68,000 miles.
Correct.
Okay. So I mean, is it worth the money, the $2,900 for 68,000 miles? Well, let's analyze it. Let's divide 68,000. Let's divide it.
Well, wait a minute. Are you actually going to keep a vehicle 8 years?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I had my 06 and I just got rid of it.
Yeah, we can have driverless cars and stuff in a few years. I mean, that's a stretch.
Look, but if he knows he's going to keep it, if you know you're going to keep it, I don't see a big downside to this warranty. I really don't. I mean, we know that the warranty company is solid and they're going to be around. Well, we think we do, you know.
Yeah. One other thing about these warranties, I am wondering about the clause about, I've done all my work on my vehicles myself, basically, but it says failure to provide.
Yeah, it'll screw you. It'll screw you.
To the owner's manual.
If you do your own maintenance, they're going to find it out. And here's another thing. I just personally, Mark, are you reading it? Is that what you're reading right now?
I can't find anything that says it's unlimited mileage.
Right. I don't believe it. See, that's the part I was going to say. I don't believe it. So who told you it's unlimited mileage?
Is it called the Elite Ultimate Platinum Protection Plan?
Correct.
It's not saying unlimited.
I don't see it.
Yeah?
Okay, hold on and we'll look at it. Look, I got 2 health things to tell you about. The Raleigh House is about addiction treatment. Do you know that with many addicts, there is something missing in their blood, something missing in their system? And sometimes people have taken supplements. People have done hormone therapy and it's helped them. Now, I'm not saying it's a cure. I'm just saying that addicts seem to have something wrong with them physically. But there's a lot of behavioral issues. If you are confronted with addiction yourself or with someone in your family, this number is just for information only. Information. I mean, you don't have to give, you don't have to obligate yourself. It's confidential. It's free. It's from the Raleigh House. There are a million questions people have about addicts. You might have discovered drugs in your kid's room. You might find out your husband or your wife, maybe they're alcoholic or maybe they've been doing pain pills. If you want to know more about it, just call and ask any question you want. anything about treatment, about cost, about insurance, about behavior, 720-893-5559. Keep that number. It's free. And information is king. 720-893-5559. And speaking of hormones and getting hormones right and optimized, listen, we're all doing it. Mark's not yet, but Revitalize Health, these three brothers started this clinic out on 470 and Ken Carl. It's a wonderful place. It's basically hormone therapy is every 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it lasts 6 months. And it's worth the trip. These guys have it together. They do blood tests. They keep you on track. And they do other therapies like Botox and Juvederm. And they do collagen, natural stimulation of your own collagen, which means it's not a filler. It doesn't go away once you get it back. So this is Revitalized Health, and it's for men and women. They do bio-T treatments as well, the pellet therapy. Suzanne has that. Dan has that. I have that. Here is the website. I love it because of the three brothers. TheHormoneBros.com or HormoneBros.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, and iHeartRadio.
I don't believe it.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, the major averages are lower in afternoon trading as investors worry about global economic growth and corporate earnings.
The lady that expelled Colton, her son has some issues.
Yeah, I know.
I just forwarded you an email from her, the mother of him, to Valerie, our caller,
Hey, you guys sell
admitting
the
that her
Infinity
son
Elite
hurt
aftermarket
Colton,
warranty.
and
I just wanted
she thinks
your
it's
opinion on
because
that.
they don't want to worry about her son hurting Colton again, and that's why Colton got expelled. They just were pulling stuff out of their ass to expel him.
But why wouldn't they do that to someone else, in other words? In other words, why aren't they afraid they'll hurt someone
Hey,
else?
I've got a question for you.
How much
the Elite aftermarket
That's a curious
warranty by
question.
Infinity?
And Valerie wants
Does that go to 120,000 miles, or is it unlimited?
She wants to come on and talk to you about that. The mother, she's been listening the whole time.
I don't care. That's fine.
So I've got her on hold. Yeah, I don't.
This whole thing is just.
Most banks offer, and
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Capital One is building something better. You can open a Capital One.
I do have a message in for a comment from the lady that expelled him, but I have not heard back.
One of the nation's
I don't
best.
think she did anything wrong.
Opened online at a Capital One location or
Well, now we.
According to John 4:2.
for consumers only. Offered on Capital One NA member FDIC.
Hey, when you actually say stuff like that, you say dash like Exodus 20-5. How do you actually say that?
You just say 20 verse 5. You say chapter 20 verse
Scott,
5.
can you answer a question about an aftermarket warranty?
Who is he talking to anyway?
On that warranty.
Well, I just want to know.
But he was talking about scripture.
That goes to 8 years, 120,000 miles.
He was on hold.
Limited miles.
Oh, he was reading the scripture, so do you
Exodus 24:5. I'm sorry, I thought he was talking to the guy on the phone.
Aftermarket warranty. It's not even aftermarket. It's the factory Infinity
warranty.
Is there one that does unlimited
24:5
miles?
or something.
I read online.
Usually you say chapter 3 verse 5, chapter 4
There is one that's unlimited, but I can't imagine.
Then sliced, toasted, and covered with cream cheese. Sound good? Visit your local Panera.
Then he started talking about something else.
Panera, food as it should be. Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
CrackerJackMudjacking.com. Look, please look into this before replacing concrete. If you have a sloping or sunken driveway or patio or basement or garage, it's most likely a void underneath. In fact, 98% of concrete problems come from voids underneath. Crackerjack Mudjacking jacks up from underneath. They get inside and put in a mud slurry, which is a concrete sand mix, and that's what they do. So that's crackerjackmudjacking.com. I need the number here, please. If you can give me that number. My computer crashed. I have crackerjackmudjacking.com. And we're going to go to the calls. Kevin, I'm going to call this Social Security number and see what happens. But first, oh, wait. Is Valerie Colton's mom? She wants to add something? Okay. Here's crackerjack mudjacking. It's a fraction of the cost of replacing concrete. They can get into tight spaces with their small equipment too. 303-410-7787. 303-410-7787. Man, the internet in the studio on my computer's going nuts today. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not having a very good luck with it. So, Valerie, I'll take you. This is Colton's mom who called yesterday. And, Valerie, we were discussing the issue about your son being kicked out because of what the brother does and the father participated in. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I think that this is totally a distraction from the main point. Colton was bullied by the administrator's son. I complained, and this is
Yeah,
the
you did
retaliation.
mention that. You did mention that.
He was choked on it, and everyone's telling me it's illegal to have unsupervised play because the day was cold. On October 11th, there wasn't enough supervision for inside and outside, and some of the kids went outside, and that's where the assault on my son happened. How is that?
You're right. We lost. We lost that.
You know what,
You're
Valerie?
right.
We lost that. You're
like
saying
this is
after you
retaliation.
complained, this was a way to do away with that complaint and problem altogether.
Yes, because I explained that my son.
Now that
I
sucks,
don't want
honestly.
his airways compromised. He was choked with a hula hoop and in an arm lock, punched under the eye. He went to the pediatrician.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, enough said. We get it, Valerie. We do, and we are discussing it in and we did not mention that.
We have some calls out too.
Anyway, 303-713-8255. I don't mean to dismiss you. We get it. We do get it. She's thinking that's all, that they did not have any issue before that, and that's what brought it up because she complained about the director's son bullying her son. Okay, so that is understood. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to talk to Leslie because she's been waiting a long time. Then I want to, oh, wait, the service contract, I think we answered.
Still looking into it. Hold tight.
Why? Do you think it's not unlimited?
Well, I don't know. It's curious. If it truly is unlimited, I would have to rethink my answer.
Now, Bob, did you see in writing unlimited mileage? He's not there. Okay. So he dropped off, but we're still investigating. We have his information. Leslie, what about Vivint Service? What is a Vivint Service? Or no, excuse me. What are we talking about? I nixed the wrong line. You want to talk about Vivint. What is it? Okay. Vivint? Hello?
Yeah.
What is Vivint? What is Vivint?
Vivint Smart Home.
Yeah, what is it?
They're a security system company. I believe they also do like they wire up your home to do like HVAC and solar even.
All right, so what's the complaint?
What's my complaint?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so there's a ton of stress and backstory to this, but I'll try to be brief.
No, that's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we were robbed back in February, and we got the Vivint system through Best Buy.
Okay.
We submitted the cancellation within their required 15 days' time.
Now, did you get this as a result of being robbed?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so you were robbed and said, we got to do something about this. So you bought it at Best Buy.
Absolutely,
Did they install it?
Yes, they did.
Okay, when did they install it? Back in February or March?
They installed it on February 20th.
Okay, so what happened then? Why did you want to get it canceled?
We had major technical issues right off the bat, plus just horrendous customer service.
Well, Best Buy has terrible follow-up. I mean, they really do, unfortunately. Now, were you dealing with Best Buy or with a contractor?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Were you dealing directly with Best Buy or was it a Vivint contractor?
No, it's through Vivint. Best Buy, in fact, Best Buy just terminated their retail outlet for Vivint, and Vivint, a company that's been sued numerous times. So we always dealt directly with Vivint.
I get it, because when I said Best Buy has terrible follow-up, what I meant was when they do these associations, man, do they fall flat on their face many times. This thing they have going with Magnolia for home theater and home stuff, it sucks. I mean, these people are so disorganized. And now Vivint's another example. So Vivint, you have the system, you hated it, you wanted to cancel it. Where does it stand? So
So basically, the charges have not been removed from our Best Buy bill.
How much?
The charges are $1409.45.
Okay, and you said you canceled within the allotted time. What does that mean?
Yes. We canceled within the requisite time.
Like how much time do they give you?
15 days from the date of installation.
Okay. So you canceled. You must have had terrible problems in the first 15 days.
Oh, I've never dealt with a company where I've actually lost sleep over the stress at this company.
So, I mean, it's a very simple issue. Did they come and get it or not?
Yes, they did.
So you just need to get your money back. I mean, that's a simple issue. You got to get your money back. Is it on a credit card or is it with Best Buy's card?
It's Best Buy's card. When I spoke with a supervisor on 10/12, she guaranteed that they would come pull the system, which they did. She guaranteed that when she got back into the office on Monday, which was 10/15, that they would delete the charges from our Best Buy card. And she will not answer. This is their MO. She will not answer my emails. I have 15
Well, we'll call
pages.
for you. I mean, this sounds simple to me, Leslie. I mean, these people, I mean, they're screwing around even letting you out. I mean, it's $1,400. I don't think it's going to take more than a few calls from us, but I don't see an issue. Is there something we're not hearing? They put the system in, you canceled it within the allotted time, it sucked, you don't want it, and they just never gave your money back.
Yeah.
What does Best Buy say about this? Best Buy should be able to dispute this. It's their card. What do they say?
I don't know, because you can't get through every time you call to make a complaint.
Go down to the store. Talk to the store manager where you got it.
Well, that's what I would do, too. But let us work, like, side by side. You can do... But Mark's right. Sometimes when you talk directly to a store person, especially like AT&T or cell phones or Xfinity, you get way better results. So, you try that. Which Best Buy?
In Colorado Springs.
Okay. Hold on and make sure we get the information. Who are we going to put on this? Deputy Clint, you want to take... You don't have too many irons? Okay. Suzanne?
That's fine if he wants to take it.
He's got 4 working. Yes.
The old guy that called in on the Infinity, I'm 99% sure it's 120,000 miles is their best aftermarket warranty, and it doesn't cover everything. So if you're still listening, man, I think they're lying to you.
Yeah, I mean,
there is nothing anywhere, not even a little part alluding to it.
Mark's been looking at this the whole time. Now, what about writing down? I got an email, writing down a loan. People say, you know, I have a truck, I'm way upside down. Can I get rid of that loan? We're going to talk to Gigi Wink about that coming up, because people have heard you can write down a loan. But first, I love telling you about ApprovalReverse.com. If you need money, a reverse loan could be the answer if you're 62 or older and have equity, but it's not for everyone. That's why it's important you listen to me. It's not for everyone. And I only approve Approval Reverse to tell you the truth. Seriously, they're in the business but won't slam you into this loan. Get counseling from them. Approval Reverse, no charge. 303-771-3528, 771-3528.
This report is sponsored by Panera Bread.
Now how much time, bro? Wow, these are shorter ones.
Third hour's always the short.
Oh, I got to remember that. So you know what I should do? Rather than trying to slam them in the first 2 hours, because you can come to me like after this traffic report, you can come to me in between, right, in the third hour. I'm going to remember that. Until they adjust the whole clock, which they're going to do, I have to remember that I don't have to slam everything in the first 2.
The idiot said, idiot, I mean, the nutcase.
Yes, right.
The nutcase said, this weird long, what do they call that? Your rants and your rant. What do they call that?
Soliloquy?
What? Ted Kaczynski said manifest. Well, I don't even think it was called a manifest.
But manifest is a written.
Yeah, he sent it to the New York Times. They put it in there, and that's the only reason the Unabomber was called.
It's a manifest, like the Communist Manifesto. It's a written document of philosophy.
It's very
A
similar
manifest
to
is more of a requisite
Aaron
for
20.
a manifest is a requisite for equipment or for material, or it's a equipment list, a manifest. Like on a
Right,
ship.
that's what I would have thought it was. Equipment list.
Manifesto.
I thought it was a thing that you use for the bullfights.
And manuscript is the base or part of that.
The only reason he got caught, that guy though, was that the Unabomber years ago said something to the New York Times. After, I mean, how many bombs went off? I mean, the guy was bombing people.
Did someone send something to CNN? Is that why we're discussing this? Did you hear about something?
Yes. CNN.
Oh my God,
Bill,
CNN, Obama.
What did they send?
Bombs, pipe bombs.
Were they real bombs?
I don't know yet. I assume they're real. They sure look fucking
The first
real.
one that got it was George Soros.
Soros' was real. They blew it up.
Did they really?
Wow.
Can we talk about the Unabomber?
You know, being a postal worker or a package delivery.
His brother noticed his unique style.
But
Right?
can you imagine just being one of those drivers having all those boxes? You honest to God do not know what's in there.
And you don't know if they'll go off. I mean, geez.
How many times do you think a human head was sent? A human head. How many times do you think a human head was sent ever in the world, ever? You think ever?
You mean
Someone's
definitely it's happened.
shipped a human head,
Absolutely
either for science or for a threat or for some
Well, they do it with those
reason.
mummies all the time. There you go.
I would think it'd be really, really rare.
How do they know?
No, you mean like a real... I'm not talking mummies and stuff when you said that. Like, if I cut your head off and shipped it.
Is that wrong?
Med students have used some of those.
Mark Trenner, get him. Mark Trenner, he is there for you to protect your invention. TrennerLaw.com. If you have a trademark, a copyright, or you have an invention, Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, and Trenner is 720-221-3708. Okay, we're going to call this scam number. And I hope we have time to get to Gigi. We have to talk about writing down that loan. So maybe I'll do that first. Okay, you got a used car or truck. Oh, it's slightly used. You bought it new. You're way upside down. So let's say it's worth 10 grand. You owe 20. Let's keep the number simple.
Okay, it has to be 2.5 years old or older, the loan. So the loan's got to be at least 2.5 years old to be able to cram it down in Chapter 13.
So, in other words, you can't just buy it, drive it off the lot, and then do it.
But you can refinance it in Chapter 13. But Chapter 13
But hold on.
Yes.
If you've had it 2.5 years,
yeah,
you can write it down to what it's worth.
Yes.
Wow.
And
so
then you pay some interest on it.
Anyone out there who's in debt, if you have a vehicle and you're upside down, that loan will be reduced with a Chapter 13.
Now, Chapter 13's cost a lot more than Chapter 7, so it doesn't always make sense. We have to run the numbers for you.
How much more? Why?
Because it's a lot more work. So it's all the same work as a Chapter 7, plus at least 6 months more to get the plan confirmed. It's way more.
About what do they range?
5,000 total.
Oh.
Yep. Yep,
because you've got to negotiate with everybody.
It's a lot of work.
Is that put in the plan?
Most of it, yeah. We usually get $1,400 up front before filing, and the rest is part of your monthly payment plan. And depending on your plan, sometimes it's paid out of what would otherwise go to your creditors.
So you have to have a loan 2.5 years, and you have to be upside down. The additional amount is ruled unsecured.
Yes.
It's dismissed or discharged. Discharged.
Yep.
And then you pay the rest over a 3 to 5 year period. What determines 3 or 5 years?
Well, if you're above median income, it has to be 5 years. Other than that, it's kind of your choice. It depends on what you're there to do.
So if you have...
So some people file a 13.
More money?
It's mandatory that it's 5 years because they want to maximize the payout to the creditors.
Oh, I get it. I thought, okay, now I get it. So having a shorter time doesn't make it higher payments.
No, sometimes you want longer term to, if you're paying, say you're saving your house from foreclosure and you've got to pay back $10,000 of arrears, you want 5 years because it's going to be a lower payment.
So Kevin, did they tell you were going to lose your Social Security? Is that what they said?
Yeah, they said Blood investigation unit and my Social Security
All right,
number.
I got it. So hold on. Now, we're not going to give that over the phone if they ask for your number, so that's going to suck, and maybe Suzanne can pick it up, but we'll try it. This is another scam.
While he's dialing, how many 13s convert into a 7 generally?
Hardly any. Really rare.
So most people finish the plan.
Yeah, or they get dismissed, and that's because, so sometimes you can't afford to save your home. because he never could afford it to begin with. But
these are the scammers. Let's see what they say.
To not give you a shot.
I'm going to drop it if they're saying they're from Social Security.
I'm getting a call back from you.
Oh, you gave me his number. Oh, that's right. I dialed the wrong number. It's my fault. I'm an idiot.
The call is coming from inside the house.
You should have answered with an accent.
I'm an idiot. I dialed his number. I'm not an idiot, but I think I play one sometimes on radio. Okay. All right. I play one on radio.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
State your name.
Kevin Scott.
Okay. And I'll mute my mic when I give out.
Security Administration, how can I help you?
Yes, I got a call. I got to get this straightened out. My Social Security number. They said I'm going to lose my Social Security. Did they hang up on me? How did they know I was? How did they? Wow, come on.
They listened to the show.
No way. Hold on. Can you imagine? They're always foreigners acting as.
I like how the IRS now has a Google number.
Why? Come on. Why did they hang up? Okay, I'm gonna be aggressive. I don't know what this is. Well,
hello.
Yes, this is Kevin Scott, and I'm returning the call because of Social Security. They said I'm going to lose my benefits.
Okay, can you verify last four of your socials?
How do I know you're from the Social Security Administration?
You write down my badge and my name, my badge number and my name, and you verify your name.
Okay, what's your badge number? Okay, I'll do that, and then I'll give you my four. What's your badge number? Thank you for that.
This is Officer William Lopez with badge ID 3268.
Okay, thank you. The last four of my social, 2656. Thank you.
2656.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, 2656. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I lost my wallet one time, but I got a new Social Security card, and I don't think anybody stole it. Is it possible?
And your first and last name, you say?
Kevin Scott. Do you think somebody stole my when they stole it, they did something?
Kevin, the reason you're getting the call because we have recovered lots of fraud activities under your name. And
okay, see, do you know my wallet was stolen the other day, or like not the other day, but like maybe 3 weeks ago? So I thought that's what was going on, but I got a new Social Security card. So are they using it?
Yes.
What are they doing with it?
They're opening a 6 bank account.
Holy crap.
A rented car.
A rental car?
Your name and your Social Security number.
What
kind of rented apartment.
And so, but why would I lose my benefits if they're doing that? I'm not doing it. Why would that affect my benefits?
We have recovered all the activity 2 weeks ago.
What do I need to do? I mean, are you going to send me a new card?
I can provide you all the information, okay? So, tell me, how many bank institutions you are banking with?
Just two.
With which financial institute?
One is Vectra Bank and one is First Bank.
Vectra Bank and First Bank.
Yes, Vectra, VECTRA, and First Bank.
Your First Bank, like checking out saving account you're holding.
You want the number?
No. I'm not asking your bank account number, your credit card number, your debit card number, your PIN number. This is federally recorded line. I'm asking
for what?
Checking account or saving accounts only.
That's all. The only two I have, and one is savings and one is checking. Listen, is it possible? I was supposed to. My Uber is here. Just tell me this. Can I call you back tomorrow? Because I don't want to lose this, and I don't want to be put on hold. Would I be able to do that? Because my Uber is here, and I need to go, but I need to take care of this. I didn't realize they had so many accounts in my name. I got to take care of it. I got to go, but please, what is your first name? I'll ask for you.
William.
William. Okay. All right. So let's just see. I hung up. Let's just see, Kevin. This sounds like we got a live one, brother. All right.
That could have been a real agent.
Yeah, right. Could have been a real agent. So hang on. I mean, Kevin, I just want to be able to call you back tomorrow, okay, bro? So, okay, we're going to do this. Save all your problems for me.
Tired of other adults telling you what to do?
Here's a copy of this settlement letter. You don't want more.
Most of these are
Yeah, sorry. Thanks, guys.
Later, Gigi.
Happy Halloween.
Yes.
You too.
That was a creepy one.
When is it?
Next Wednesday.
Watch it tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rewatch The Exorcist and see if.
Well, you should watch those new ones.
Yeah.
What's
that
his
voice
name?
though, I don't think
Dakota Ray.
Dakota Ray, baby.